You love you some Josh Allen. Go out there and make you some Josh Allen content. You know you love the big white hope. D-Mac, hey, Mahomes needs more help. Make that content. People will love to listen to that content. You know what? Mahomes does need more help. He only had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at their prime. That's all he's ever had with a medium run game. Even though Kareem Hunt had 1,200 all-purpose yards, over the course of that stretch as well, he needs more help. And then Kenya, Joe Burrow still ain't got an offensive line. Still.
You guys are glazing that one play. It's not. It wasn't that bad. They were way
got pressured multiple times.
It wasn't that bad though. That first play call was terrible though. That first play call was awful.
Oh, it was a 7. I almost did a little breakdown in this, D-Mac. It was a 7-step drop. So as you know, Kenya, when you get in a 7-step drop, that means, hey, play action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ball's gone at 8. But he did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hop, hop. Plays like dead, but to his credit, though, if you got max protection, which you would think would help him, that means you only have at most 3 options to throw to. So if they're running like a whatever zone they're in and then you don't have like a good look, you're supposed to dirt the ball or throw it away.
Yeah, that's the problem though. The wide receivers, they were running slant routes on the same side of the field, and then there was no third option on the left side of the field. So he didn't have a choice but to take the sack. So I wasn't mad at him.
They ran a little they wanted to rub it off, but they didn't end up getting the DBs into conflict enough. And so they ran the kind of out corner, and it just didn't end up working because there was safety over the top and the DBs weren't underneath. So there was nothing to do. You could have said maybe Chase Brown could have got out a little earlier, but he was making sure that guy wasn't coming anyway. So it was just an unfortunate play off of the play action.
I will say though, D-Mac, that's my thing with Zach Taylor, brother. Like I've not been a fan of his for some time. I truly think this, D-Mac. If he wasn't getting paid money, like if this was just a free sport and he didn't have the cheapest ownership of all time, I believe that they would have got rid of him. Because I think they're so worried about paying him and another coach that they're just like, we're not going to foot the bill for 2 different coaches and one of them not coaching for us. But I absolutely believe he should not be there anymore. Shouldn't have been there years ago.
Their excuse is Joe Burrow's gotten hurt so many times that he hasn't had his quarterback. That's the only reason why they kept him.
There's a reason he keeps.
Maybe Joe likes him.
That gimmick again.
I think that Taylor is a yes man, so he'll run the play and he'll design the offense the way that Joe wants it designed. So I think that's the positive side of the relationship. The negative side of the relationship is that once Joe gets hurt, he has no idea what he's doing out there at all. Play calling and the design. Joe Flacco made it look a lot better than it was.
But the biggest thing I have, y'all, is we get loaded up for the show because we're going to have a full house today. I'm just really glad that the NFL is back. Can we just celebrate that? We're getting real football. We got a chance to see stars. Now, we didn't see all the quarterback. Bo Nix didn't play. Drake May didn't play. Matthew Stafford didn't play. Patrick Mahomes didn't play. So we didn't get a chance to see, like, everybody. But we got to see a lot of the bones and skeletons of what the new offenses are going to look like, the defenses. I think Todd Monken with the Cleveland Browns, who we'll talk about here in a little bit. I just did a little video on Casey Concepcion. I think they have like a structure in place of what they want to do. They just don't have the quarterback as of right now because for some reason Deshaun Watson is still playing.
Yep.
And he looks terrible.
How people don't want to be seen. Just want to be seen. I don't understand why certain players would like dressed up in full uniform and knew they weren't going to play. Patrick Mahomes.
No, it's a rule. It's a rule because you're doing all the warm-ups.
No, it ain't because a lot of guys did not dress up.
It's a rule for Andy Reid.
Yeah, it's a rule for a lot of coaches. Yeah, because if you do all the pre-game, pre-work stuff,
I'm about to say you out there running around and playing DB.
He does the pregame stuff. Yeah. That's a rule for Andy Reid that if you're there, you get your.
Yeah. So now some people will say like, you do all the pregame stuff, go in the locker room and take your shoulder pads off, and then just put your jersey back on, and then you go back outside. But Mahomes was in full gear.
Yeah, I could imagine being in full gear knowing I ain't gonna play. That'd be so. It's just for no reason.
Shoot, I'm not gonna lie, it's great. Shoot, when you ain't got to go out there and bang, and you can just watch everybody else go at it. That's one of the best things in the world.
Sidelines, just like out there chilling.
Hey, we're out here messing around. Like you ain't got to worry about nothing. We making jokes. Like I love that. Early, I'm not gonna lie to you. When it was like high school and JV was going at it, great. You know what I mean? In college, when it's like,
but we normally might have our jerseys on. We ain't got our pads. You know, the pads are so heavy and so irritating. Most of the reason why your pads don't bother you because while you're in game, the adrenaline. But if you don't have no adrenaline pumping, you just on sideline. Them jumps is heavy, man.
I mean, you got to remember, they got them big money pads over there. So they got
Sweating,
cooler.
standing there.
They got AC going through the pads and heat going through the pad now. That's not stuff. We had the regular pads.
They got central air.
Yeah. We ain't had none of that. We had regular
heavy pads.
paddage.
Them hand-me-down pads that a senior had 2-3 years ago.
Shoot, even in college, we already, 2012, y'all. So this is, the systems had already upgraded, but like we were like even still like wearing like basic padding. But the helmets now, y'all, there's like a whole coolant system in the helmets now. But it makes sense because these are multi-million-dollar athletes. So it's like we're gonna protect them as much as possible. But y'all, as y'all can see in the title, this might be my sleeper team of the season. Y'all, if you are currently watching the show, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this while we're in the show, please go ahead and let us know what you think in the comment section about your favorite team or just a team that you saw. But I got to tell y'all, I am very excited, y'all, about this Las Vegas Raiders team. I think this team is good. I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team, but if you just want to tell me that, hey, this team is going to be competitive, they're going to have good players, they're going to play good football, that the offense is going to have structure now because obviously they have Kubiak's taken over, and you can just see that there's going to be an opportunity for them, I think, to make some special plays this year and to play good football and competent football. Now, I don't know if that's going to lead to wins, but from what I saw from Fernando Mendoza, number one, he was in control, had a good process. You can see the skills. You can see the ability to throw the ball. And just like from a concept, it's like Fernando Mendoza, Ashton Genty obviously should be much better this year. Not him, but the offensive line around him to help him be much better. Mike Washington Jr. steal. Did he go in the? Did he fall to the 4th round this year, D-Mac?
I think third, I think. Right?
Because I
want to say 4th. I don't think we didn't have many day 2 running backs, so I'm pretty sure he went 4th, but I could be wrong about that.
Because I know I had him projected. Because I remember I had him projected to go in the top 3, but then let me see,
122nd overall pick, so he went in 4th.
He went in 4th. Yeah,
that's crazy, y'all. So in the 4th round, y'all, this could be in being a special 4th round class. Because remember, we got Jermod McCoy, who got picked up obviously to the Raiders as well. Now, Jermod McCoy, obviously, the only reason he fell is because of his injuries, and people were concerned about, is he going to be able to sustain an NFL career? So I understand that. But even then, I still think he's going to be really good over the course of his career. He might have been he might have been CB1 for some people if he was healthy this upcoming season. But if you look at this overall, the picks that they had, they got Fernando Mendoza. I think he's going to be good. They got Traden Stukes, number 38 in the 2nd round at corner out of Arizona. They got Kieron Crawford. He's a DN that they got out of Auburn. They got Trey Zune. I know that we talked about him a little bit in the draft from Texas A&M. They got Jermod McCoy, obviously. Mike Washington Jr. went in the 4th, so 122. Dalton Johnson was a safety they got, and he was out of Arizona. And then they got Hezekiah Masses, corner from Cali. Malik Benson from Oregon, who's a wide receiver, and then Brandon Cleveland, a D tackle, was their last pick. And y'all, I think that if you look at this team, man, like, again, they may not be good, but are they going to be a tough out every single week this year?
They're working towards something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to be respectable from the standpoint of they won't be good, but they will be a team that will put up some competitive games as far as that's concerned. And this is the thing that I hate the most now that I've gotten more and more so into the draft aspect of it, of going through a process and really liking players and then see one of your rivals take them. This happened last year with Omar and Hampton and the Los Angeles Chargers, notably, as far as that was concerned. But they got a few of them. I really like Kieron Crawford. I thought that he was underrated as far as the draft process was concerned. Not enough people talked about how he could be a useful defensive end for a D-line rotation. Certainly Mike Washington Jr. and his combination of size and speed I thought was very fascinating. We got a good glimpse of that, obviously, in the preseason game. And then I really like Traden Stukes as well as a DB pick. And so the Raiders have collected some talent here. and talent that we'll talk about in the preseason specifically that caught my eye and maybe somebody else's eye as well. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're in a position where they're going to get competent quarterback play. I think you saw some nice poise from Fernando Mendoza. Kirk Cousins, we know, can give you competent quarterback play as well. Asher Genty healthy, Brock Bowers healthy. They've got the bones of an offense.
They got a Jalen Naylor too, bro.
Yeah, just a nice role player as far as the wide receiver position is concerned, because everything's going to run through Brock Bowers as far as the passing game. And so the defense still is very much a work in progress, but again, they're building towards it on that side of the ball too. So,
and just to remind people, they added this year on the defense, they got Quay Walker, who is an elite athlete, hasn't turned out yet to be quite the player that he was projected to be, but he's still very young. And so there's an opportunity for him. And then they added Nakobe Dean as way in the inside, as well in the inside linebacker room. So I guess when you hear that, like, does that give you maybe a little bit more confidence that just over time that they're going to be able to put like a competent defense on the field to couple with the offense?
It's a competent linebacker pairing. Nakobe Dean is the guy that you want, calling and getting guys organized as far as that's concerned. And Quay Walker is the point and shoot athletic guy that you could play next to him as far as that's concerned. And that's a good pairing as far as what they want. I think that there's still a lot lacking as far as the defensive line. We will see as far as the DBs are concerned. Obviously, I mentioned Stooks. Jamar McCoy has been healthy, obviously, after coming off the draft process in which he slid all the way to the 4th round. Because of the health issues, he's been completely healthy, played, obviously, in the preseason game. I will say kind of got dunked on by, I forgot the kid's name from the Cardinals, but it was a nice little block shoulder throw there. But it's going to be interesting to see, I would say, mostly for the defensive back room and the defensive line room. But as far as those two linebackers that they'd spend on free agency, I think that they'll be competent, to say the least, if not better than that, for them on that defense.
Speaking of dunking on somebody, Malachi Fields. Oh God, he's been jumping off the page ever since they drafted that guy.
He made a nice play for the Giants yesterday. Malachi Fields did on that Jackson Dart.
After they tried to kill Jackson Dart.
I love Brian Flores, man. Hey, it's preseason, but we still light it up. And if your running back can't get it past, bro, guess what? Your quarterback gonna feel it.
Hey, man, it was a humbling play, man. It was a humbling play.
We doubling mugging, and we getting a free run at your running back, and we gonna find out what.
I know Tracy the last 2 seasons had almost 2,000 yards from scrimmage, but I can get you cut, my man.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that later too, y'all, because just even going through the film, and we can look at some still pictures of that. Y'all, Jackson Dart, they slid the line. Like, they did all the stuff they're supposed to do, and then the running back is supposed to take care of the blitzer.
Yeah, Tracy wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, but then he was supposed to release, but the problem is you're supposed to do a check-in release.
He
just released.
And he was so ready to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's how you get your quarterback killed and you get your job taken in the NFL. Literally. Absolutely.
And Devin Singletary looked pretty decent.
So, Riddell, like, obviously, we're talking about the Raiders right now, but I just think if you look at their talent accumulation with Fernando Mendoza, obviously #1 overall, had 97 yards, a touchdown, 100 passer rating, and again, good process. And he did scramble on a play, but then I think he just doesn't know yet. Like, you need to get down at this level because you are not the best athlete on the field, and you will get hurt. And they hit him right square in his chest. And so hopefully he doesn't have to worry about doing that too much this year. But they got 2 good running backs. I'm excited to talk about both of them later. But then their wide receiver room should be a lot better. They might have, I don't know who else y'all would consider here. They may have the best tight end duo in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about with Meyer and
the Chargers, maybe they're up there.
Yeah.
Meyer and Bowers.
The Lions too, as well.
They still have Meyer, right?
Yeah, Myers is the other one.
Yeah.
Mayer.
I hate the fact, I'm a big fan. I watched Myers all through Notre Dame. They call him Baby Gronk. I hate the fact that he plays behind, because, bro, Myers is a starter in the NFL. I hate that he plays behind Bowers. I'm not going to be funny, bro.
Mayers,
whatever, Mayers. But Mayers is like, I hate it.
Oh, someone put something good in the chat. The Bears, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bears would be my personal favorite duo. And I think
the Bears,
but I guess, do you think Colston's better than Brock?
No, but I think that Colston is close enough to Brock.
I'm telling you, Komet's not better than Mayer.
I think
Komet's not better than Mayer. I'm telling you right now, he's not.
Well,
he's not. No, he's not. I'm telling you, he's not. Don't go off the name.
But I understand you love him. I'm just saying I personally would have him better. So that's why I would say that duo is a little bit better.
I do think if Mayer, he's kind of like Max Clare, because Max Clare just got drafted from Ohio State to the Rams this last year. I think Mayer, if he was somewhere else, would be a bona fide tight end one somewhere. But Cole Kmet was. Cole Kmet was.
Could also be a bona fide tight end one.
Yeah, before Colston Loveland got there, he was for sure. He was a touchdown.
But he's not. His ability is not that of Mayer. I'm telling y'all.
Mayer's really good.
I hate that he plays behind that guy, bro.
Hey, right.
I think Michael's good. But it's just like the Raiders situation when you have like a bona fide talent. Then of course you're going to pick up the Bowers or Colston Loveland at that draft spot. So
yeah, it was just the best available situation. They had to get him.
I also want to give a slight shout out. I'm not saying they're on the top, but I do want to shout them out. The New York Giants tight end room. Theo Johnson and Isaiah Likely. Theo Johnson came on the scene last year. He's one of the better like playmaking tight ends out there in the NFL. And I don't know what his opportunity is going to look like. And of course, Likely is one of the more explosive receiving tight ends as well. So if they're used appropriately, those two, they could do some damage, man. They could do damage.
I'm interested to see how they deploy both of those guys. Simply for the fact that I don't love Theo blocking in line. Like he could do it,
absolutely.
But so I'm interested to see how that mix works because we know Likely's not going to do anything as far as that's concerned. So how do they make that work and make that dangerous with their 12 personnel is going to be interesting to be. But to bring it back,
like he's gotten better though. He's gotten better though.
No, Theo has improved.
I'm talking about Likely too. Like he's gotten better.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's just me. I'll be honest. I haven't seen it. That's just me. It's fine. But Isaiah Likely will be useful for the Giants offense regardless. To bring it back to the Raiders, though, I'll say this. Because of what their wide receiver group looks like, and we'll get into it a little bit deeper, that's why having a really good duo like Bowers and obviously Michael works so well, especially because both of those, Michael more so than Bowers is really comfortable blocking in line, and you can really utilize him in that way. And we know Bowers is a significant mismatch versus basically anybody that's not like a top 15 cornerback.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, Bowers is nuts, bro.
We forget Mayer led tight ends with touchdowns 2 years in a row.
What's up, Bama?
Yeah, Mayer's good.
Big Bama. Big Bama. Big Bama. Big Bama. There's a running back. There's a running back in Denver. There's a running back in Denver right now that built like Big Bama was running through folk the other day. Big Bama.
You like Coleman way too much.
I thought Bama
you like
Coleman's
a little too much
bro.
for me.
No, but wait, early. Now, D-Mac, you've been around me. You be around me outside of this.
I like Coleman.
You heard what I said about Coleman before the draft. I didn't even think he was going to fall to Denver in the 4th round. He's good, y'all. He built like Bama.
He's decent.
I like him. I thought Bama was going to be smiley ear to ear watching all the Jam Miller snaps that we got.
There's a running back when we do our segment. There's a running back that I'm a fan of.
I'm so tired of him, bro. That nigga was I said that nigga didn't have no vision. Oh my gosh, let me stop using the N-word too, because I'm making my editing job harder. White producers, y'all. White producers. Anyway, yeah, man, I was tired of Jam Miller ass. You know who I like watching run the ball though? That boy Mike Washington Jr. Man, that boy was running that ball like he had.
Why did he fall? It was fumbling issues.
I don't know why he failed, but when he ran that 4.32, I thought he should have been one of the top backs in the draft. Especially how the NFL loves speed. Nigga like 6 foot. Excuse me. He's 6 foot, 230 pounds, bro. Like running like that. That is a eyebrow raiser right there. But yeah, did you see how he was running through contact?
Mm-hmm.
Him and Genty is finna be like Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen. Watch what I tell you. That's gonna be like that similar type of backfield.
So a lot of the concerns was fumble concerns. The fact that he had a multiple start college career, and they said that he had a high tendency to rack up negative plays behind the line. So that's why he failed.
Good. I guess good for him. I went to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean,
not good for him. I went to the Raiders where there's a back who can do everything, so I might not play in real life. I mean, in real games.
He gonna play.
Yeah, barely. But Genty ain't coming off the field like that. He ain't no Jahmyr Gibbs.
I mean, but to keep them healthy, I would not be shocked. We're already talking about the Raiders, Bam, anyway, so good call. But I would not be shocked, y'all. 65-35 split for the sake of the season and for a long term.
He might come in and get them Tony Pollard plays back when they had a Zeke.
Because what early Gibbs is what it is, third year?
Yeah, he's third year.
Fourth year. So he in his fourth year now. He expected him to get 300 touches.
He got 300 touches last year.
No.
Well,
I'm just saying touches. He's going to get 300 carries this year. He'll probably have 400 touches this year.
Nah, bro, they got the monster behind him.
Yeah, man, stop it, man, stop it.
I
mean, D-Mac, that monster, D-Mac.
He'll get a significant amount. I will say, I think Mike Washington Jr. will have a role. I don't think it'll be
he'll break 9 tackles a game, 2 yards.
I don't think it'll be analogous to the necessarily Tony Pollard aspect of it, just because that's not his strength as far as the receiving aspect. He is, more of we're in the early down spells, Genty, I think, in a reverse aspect of it. But we know Kubiak likes to rotate these running backs in and out. Yep, right on time. There you go, Brian. Good job. I think that Mike Washington Jr. will have himself a role giving.
And to be fair, this is also Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Obviously, Woody coming off with the Seattle Seahawks, so. But I hope it's not that.
But that ain't the same though, because
for the sake of fantasy, that would be terrible if it's like that. Because that means every time I get into the goal line, Mike Washington Jr. is going to be an RB5,
taking them touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 of the weeks in fantasy because he has 2 touchdowns or whatever else. But
I don't think it'll be that either. Only because I think that they would trust JT more so around the goal line, especially from a receiving aspect as well. So I think it's more of a hey, we need to give him a breather early down spell, early in a drive. More so thing than I would say than anything specific to the receiving work or the goal line work, which is understandable why I'd be concerned for fantasy. Sure.
I don't like that what's your man name? That Robinson and Algier or that the Montgomery and Gibbs. Like don't if my guy get me down there, bro, let my guy get a chance to touch that rock in the red zone and see if he can get me one before you switch him out. And now, like you said, your second back got 10 rushing touchdowns in 4 weeks.
Yeah, fair. I mean, at the end of the day, they do also want to optimize like the gas.
Or Jalen Hurts.
The way that Jalen Hurts is a different situation with Saquon. There's no excuse for him not.
That pisses both off for them. Saquon could have had 30 touchdowns that year, man.
Saquon would have had the greatest running back season of all time. Anyway, going back to the conversation. I think they're definitely going to want to split carries with Genty because Genty, the way he runs the ball, he's going to need his gas tank because he relies a lot on breaking tackles, running hard, breaking tackles, and making that extra yardage play. And that was a problem back in the Raiders for last season because he was consistently hit in the backfield. So they're going to want to kind of split it up, change it up a little bit regarding Washington. And utilizes, like, from what I've seen, the limited amount of seed. He's obviously very fast. He makes really quick cuts and quick decisions, avoiding hits. So that's going to be an interesting combination. And I trust
running backs are soft, man. That's so soft. I grew up running backs who toted that rock all day long. Pierce Holmes didn't need no backup. He didn't need nobody to come in when he was breaking tackles.
But they didn't last.
Who didn't last? LT last. Adrian Peterson last. Chris Johnson lasts for a long time. The running backs last.
How long could they last? Like, were they washed by 28?
As a running back, if you can give me 7 to 8 solid years, Bam will tell you this. Swipe will tell you this. D-Mac will tell you this. Even Vidal will tell you this. If you can give me 7, 8 years of good running back play, that's lasting. Most running backs don't do the Frank Gore thing. They'll give you good 6 to 8 years. And in that 6 to 8 years, you can put up, Emmitt Smith put up almost 9,000 yards in 6 to 8 years. You put up a good amount of numbers. In them last couple of years, you might have fell off, but at least you're still a decent running back. But your problem is normally about 6 to 8 years of running back. So you got to last. But these guys, oh, man, these guys are soft.
I think the teams recognize that it's the best way to be able to have a rotation.
Yeah, brother, these are $20 million players now. Like,
They just started getting paid again. Don't talk that.
I'm extending their. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Ashton Gentry, for example, because of how high he picked Jeremiah Love for how high they picked, they guaranteed a lot of money from day one if they signed these contracts. So it's like, hey, we got to make sure that we do get the proper value out of these guys, that we're not running them into the ground.
Well, you know what our parents and our grandparents do back in the day when they bought something that was expensive? They used the hell out of it. Because that's how you get your value out of something when you spend a lot of money for it. You use the hell out of it.
That's true.
If I'm going to pay something expensive, I'm going to use it. Because I paid too much money not to use it.
Don't
Who
listen
buys
to
expensive
early.
stuff just to put it
But
up?
you want to keep
get
on
plenty of
using it
work.
as long as possible.
Nah,
That's
you
the
get plenty of
thing.
work.
You don't want it to wear out
He
soon.
will get 360 touches. It just doesn't need to be 400. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, what is early? What is the number? What's the number that he should be at this next year for Jahmyr Gibbs then?
Oh, 400 carries, 400 touches, easily. 400
Okay,
touches.
let's
I
go
need
through
300.
this.
I
Let's go
need
through
at
the
least
list real quick. Let's go through the list real
375 to
quick.
400 touches. No less than 375.
400 touches.
375.
Boy, you worse than Nick Saban with Ricky Williams.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Shit.
I'm worse than not even Nick Saban.
All right,
Go look at Ricky Williams' rookie year numbers with what's my Mike Dicker. Go look at them numbers.
And I hope
that boy run the ball.
I hope Ron is watching this so he can learn how to do a job. Because when somebody says something like that, you want to make to see what exactly that would look like, y'all. This is the all-time leaders in touches, all right, in NFL history per season, okay, or just like in total. The most touches ever.
Look at all them goats on there. Look at all them goats on there.
Yeah, and then look at when we're gonna go through. Look at when their career ends too. So James Wilder had 492 touches in the season.
They
That's the
abused Larry
all-time
Johnson.
record. This guy, D-Mac knows very well.
Y'all abused that man for 3 years.
Kansas City ran Larry Johnson into the ground
in 2 years.
In the dirt. 457 touches, you all. Okay. So then we're going to go to the corresponding next year after some of these players too, because then after that, Eddie George, 453. Edgerrin James, the GOAT, had 450. Now,
them two Hall of Famers, by the way.
Now, I will say, Edgerrin James, he did find a way to have a very long-lasting career. Get out of here, Ed. Where he was able to do this for a number of years. Now, again, 450, but then what happened this next year? Oh, injury. Okay,
that's cool.
175, and then 338, 361, 385, 404, and then 375. But look at that. We gave him a D-Mac. What does that say? 404 right there, D-Mac. What's that? What's this acronym mean right here, D-Mac?
Arizona.
That means we shipped him off to Alcatraz.
And go back. Hold on.
As soon as we gave him 400 touches again.
Slide that back over, though. Slide that back over a little bit.
Didn't have any touchdowns? What?
Slide that back over a little bit. We shipped you off to Arizona. We shipped you off to Arizona. And in 2008, you almost won you a championship. All right.
What does that mean?
What you mean? You said Alcatraz. Went on Alcatraz. You had Larry Fitzgerald. You had Anquan Bolden.
Brother.
You had Kurt Warner.
He was 30 and he had a 599 scrimmage yards.
You could have almost won a chip, though.
His career is almost over at that.
Brother, we got two. Hey, D-Man, how many running backs we got in the league right now that are currently 30 years old and going to be on pace for all pros this year? Saquon, Drake.
Do me a favor. Scroll back up.
Derrick Henry.
Scroll back up real quick.
CMC. What?
Scroll back up. Just scroll back up. Scroll back up real quick. What that say in the yellow, guys? What that say in the yellow?
Hall of Fame. Yep.
Yeah. It matters. Who cares? You got a jacket. Come on, man. You got a soft, Bama.
Said who? Then said, well, all right, DeMarco.
Eddie George is gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Shout out to DeMarco Murray that year.
Now what happened? Now do this early.
He was
449.
Caught it. What happened was Dez.
He was an all pro. He was all pro.
What happened? Dez
he was all pro.
And then what happened the next 2 years?
Yo, after that season, his career cooked.
That's a lie. He had 1,300 yards a season after that. 2 seasons after that, he had 1,300 yards.
He was not the same player after that.
It don't matter. He had 1,300 yards. Come on now.
It does matter.
What you were saying, man? What they do for Bama?
Do you want your running back to get worse after one season?
That would have been a really good season for him because they would have went to the Super Bowl, would have beat the Seahawks in the NFC Championship because we spotted them 17 points early in that season in Seattle. Came back, beat them 31-24. We ain't gonna get into that, but DeMarco Murray was having a hell of a season. So was Dez Bryant. I think that's the season Dez Bryant had like 16 touchdowns and like 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards.
Great season.
Great season.
Go back to running backs. I'm sure you're Hall of Famers.
Also, at the end of the day, I mean, the litmus test is that you don't want to run your running back to the ground. And if the calculation that these GMs and coaches are making is we want to optimize their window, there's only a few exceptions who have that type of body. Like Derrick Henry isn't.
But if you go look at this, hold on. Let me just let's just stay here. Let's just stay here.
Early, yeah. We 1 second. This is why I kind of agree with Early. The only reason why they doing this, let's optimize the running back, because they want the focal point to be the quarterback. Because once you start treating these quarterbacks really how they show you they playing, which is garbanzo beans, okay, what they used to do back in the day, the earliest testament is, well, my running back finna get 40 carries a game because our quarterback just ain't that. And if he like that, he should carry us to a win, or we should be in contention for a win every time we give him X amount of carries. What y'all talking about is a quarterback-driven league to where I want my quarterback to be the focal point. So we're going to use these little terms like I want to stretch him out, or I want a running back by committee, because I still want the focal point to be the quarterback. Is, hey, man, Patrick Mahomes led this team to the Super Bowl. Like, do you know how crazy that would be if you had a running back on Patrick Mahomes' team that's getting 500 touches out the season? It's going to be like, well, is Patrick Mahomes worth all of that money? Because he's getting 500 touches. So to play into that narrative, hey, man, I'm going to put a imaginary, hey, man, I'm smarter than you. I work in the NFL. So we're going to come up with some magical shit out of nowhere. Hey, man, I only want these running backs to get 250 touches because they get hurt. And then I want a committee because, yeah, I want to be able to use this guy as long as I possibly can. No, that never was a thing until, I don't know, somebody just bought that shit up. Once upon a time,
because
a good running back.
Wait. There are 20 names here, my nigga. I'm sorry. There are 20 names here, my guy.
Oh, yeah, gold jackets, too.
Yeah. Third, Eddie George is going to be a Hall of Famer. LT Hall of Famer. LT James Hall of Famer. Marcus Allen Hall of Famer. Ricky Williams can be a Hall of Famer. Eric Dickens Hall of Famer. Emmitt Smith Hall of Famer. Steve Jackson can be a Hall of Famer. Emmitt Smith again, of course, again, Hall of Famer. Elton James again. Eric Dickinson again. Like, hey, brother, these are Walter Payton. Like, these guys are Hall of Famers. If you want to, like, you want your back to be a back.
Can you do me a favor?
You could be a Hall of Famer. The proof is in the pudding.
Can you do me a favor? Can you read off the years of these runs too?
The latest year is 2014, and that's for DeMarco Murray.
Yes. Okay. So let's then now do the math. What changed between that time and now?
The quarterback play.
Okay, quarterback play. Offenses got more pass heavy, sure. So then what happened is from till 2021, after Mahomes and Stafford were eating the league up and, you know, overs and crossing routes and man-to-man coverage, and it was like, no, it was just going to do too high. Now the game has changed again. So now you're getting into the running backs that are saying, okay, we need running backs that can do passing, run stuff, pass block, but also we can move around the field, pre-snap motions, all that other stuff. So I guess it's what I'm asking is, if you look at all these players' career, and it doesn't mean that you can't give a running back 400 touches. But even Le'Veon Bell, y'all. Le'Veon Bell, I'm pretty sure some of us thought that when he was at the apex of what he was doing, I thought he was going to be a bona fide Hall of Famer. But we see similarly 406 touches that last year with the Steelers, and then obviously doesn't play because of the contract negotiation. Now, a lot of this because the Steelers never guarantee contracts for running backs after year one. But then you see his career kind of fell apart after that, and he started off tremendous. Now, Derrick Henry,
397 in 2000.
Yeah, I mean, you can maybe like correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Derrick Henry had 397 in 2020. But I think we can all also agree too. If you look at his total touches, Derrick Henry is a super freak, and he is not seeing 400
touches. He's an anomaly, bro.
And one of the main reasons why he don't see 400 touches because he don't catch the ball like that. If Derrick Henry would easily touch 375 or 350 plus. Like I said, I need to see 375 from Gibbs this year, no less than. He would easily touch that if he could give you 40 catches a season, but he can't give you that. So a lot of his carries are just strictly off carries. Even now, though, today's time, if the running back is getting 300 plus touches and literally 98% of them touches are carries, like naturally running backs are even running for 300 plus carries. Like that's an anomaly now. Like most running backs can give you 250, 275, maybe right under 300. So if Derrick Henry could give you 40 more catches, he probably would be 350 plus touches every year. But he don't catch the football.
As of right now, offenses, of course, skewed to passing to the point that was being made earlier. But even if we're using Derrick Henry as an example, right? When Derrick Henry was on the Titans and carrying that team obviously had a ceiling with Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback. It just did. I rock with Derrick Henry, but he only could do so much. And then when you transition him, okay, let's move him to another player who is just as great, arguably greater, in Lamar Jackson. Bama, it's not a narrative. If you are on the Ravens and you have Lamar and Derrick Henry, are you giving Derrick Henry 400 carries?
See, Derrick Henry one of anomalies. Because
Okay. Are you giving him 400 carries?
It just really depends on what situation I'm in. Because I'm thinking about it, bro.
You have Lamar Jackson.
But that's only because you're not giving him 400 carries because you have Lamar.
I know.
If Derrick Henry plays for Sam Darnold or Golf, he probably gets 325 carries.
I already gave you an example. Tannehill.
Regardless of whether I'm playing with Lamar or not, we playing football, bro. If I'm talking about me the way I think, I ain't John Harbaugh, bro. Fuck that shit. If I'm in a situation, bro, where I got the juggernaut, I'm talking about the juggernaut bitch. Go look that up on YouTube. That's what Derrick Henry is. I'm the juggernaut. Yeah.
Except when you hit him behind the line of scrimmage.
Busting through your living room, bro. It's no way, no how. If I'm in a situation where it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, dog, I don't care if I got Willie Beeman, who another good Jason Street, who another good fictional quarterback. Air Bud. I don't care if I got none of them jerk Tom Brady, bro. I'm handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. Sorry. Like, he's one of those anomalies to where he's going to get 400 touches with me. And I'm going to see if he can catch.
400?
Bro,
I'm not doing that. That's just make it
but he got, even his,
you're gonna lose games. I don't know.
Yeah, but even his,
yeah, exactly. There's no way you're gonna compete against.
But y'all, even the year that he only got second team All Pro because Saquon went crazy, he had 2,100 scrimmage yards, which is obviously the second time he's done that, by the way, which is just incredible. 5 years apart, mind you. He had 344 touches that year. That's like more than enough for Derrick Henry in the Ravens offense.
I agree.
And he got 328 the next year.
Told that bitch, though. I ain't gonna lie, that was some serious.
I don't.
Saquon touched 378 when he ran for 2,000. Jameer Gibbs, how good are you? Because again, my backs that I love was touching that rock a lot.
Yeah, but the
Chris McCaffrey, who y'all be hating on, 413 touches last year.
He won't hit 5.
Yeah, but he was inefficient on the ground. That wasn't a
that 5 Jay Daniels is hilarious.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
They are wearing that out.
Grip Mac is in trouble. He say 5 too much.
Jaden Daniels did.
Jaden coming for you.
He did that some generational slander to himself. But no, I just giving a guy 400 touches like we had to back in the day with Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson.
It's really depending on matchup. I agree.
Defenses have smartened up against that. You're not going to face a defense that you could just run all day on 16 weeks out of the year. That's just not realistic. You'll get that matchup once a month, and you can do that, but that's not realistic for what defenses can do versus the run. You have to be able to be balanced. You have to be able to attack through the air. Otherwise, you're going to eventually run into a team that's going to shut that shit down.
And that's cool, but if I'm paying a guy, imagine me, I go to the dealership, and I got some nice cars. I go to the dealership, give me a nice little Benzo Lorenzo, I get me a nice little, I got a G-Wagon, or I got me a Bentley, or I got me a Maybach, just to put it in the garage and not use it. Ain't that something? That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what it comes down to is you use it, and I don't have any issues if you're paying the guy at top of the market using 320, 330, 350 touches. That's not a problem for me as far as that's concerned, especially when we're talking about the guys that specifically have the receiving ability to go along with it, the Saquons, the Bijans, the Jameer Gibbs of the world. But I'm not overusing it when I can have a rotation that makes sense.
Now, I'm not
have the weapons to throw the ball to as well.
Yeah, early you're going to use your car up
I'm not
until
using,
like 300,000 miles. That's what you want to do.
The difference is this is my thing, and why I give Jameer Gibbs, and mind you, I'm giving the boys some props. Jameer Gibbs can easily get 290 carries, but still have 375 touches because the boy had 80 catches last. Like, he is one of them guys that he's so versatile. You don't have to rush him 350 times. You can rush that boy 300 times flat, and he'll give you 75 more touches in the backfield or spread out and things of that nature. So I say 375 for him because he is one of those LT, Marshall Faulk. He's the anomaly running back, Jamal Charles, who can do it all. That's why I don't think every running back should get that. I just think he's one of them guys that, and then this is my problem too. If he is who y'all say he is, because I'm getting tired of hearing about him. If he is who y'all say he is, if he's the number one pick in fantasy, if he's just Jimmy Gibbs. If he's this generational running back that y'all say he is, he should touch no less than 350.
What are you talking about, Early? No, Early. What is wrong with you? If he is who we say he is, he has been phenomenal to start his career.
So, but he's been phenomenal.
But why does that mean I got to run him into the ground? This
will be his first season where he won't have the level of help. Because we know, hey, Isaiah Pacheco, hey, what he'll do is, you ever see them cartoons where they slow motion to run, and then when they actually cut at full speed, he only got like 2 yards? Isaiah Pacheco, he looks like he's running hard, but he goes nowhere. So it ain't the same as Montgomery. Montgomery going to be a starting back for the Texans this year. So when you have Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco, who probably won't touch the rock the way Montgomery did, Gibbs should if he the guy I say he is, this should be Jamal Charles.
He is Jamal Charles, though. And he's
so
better than Jamal Charles.
About carry. I'm touches.
No, I don't know.
At least
he's better than Jamal.
No, I'm not asking you because I know how you're.
He's not better than Jamal Charles.
He is better than Jamal.
He's got to put.
No, he is better than Jamal, but that's not a slight to Jamal Charles.
Nobody else.
He's not a slight to Jamal. He's just better than Jamal.
He's got to put some work.
Shout out Jamal. What's up, Jamal?
It's not about putting work in. It's about what they played like on the field. I'm saying he's a better player than Jamal Charles.
I can honestly say there's nothing that Jahmyr Gibbs has done that Jamal Charles couldn't do, and Jamal Charles.
No, do it the other way. So he's washed. It's over. There's nothing that Charles could do that Gibbs can't do. That's the flip.
And again, like I said, and this is when Gibbs came out. When he had the acceleration, I was like, there are very few people that I've ever said, hey, you have the acceleration that reminds me of Jamal Charles. Jahmyr Gibbs is one of those people. However, you got to put the work into it. So that's
no, that's not how that works.
That is how it works.
It's
you have to prove it first.
No, but it's the same way. This is why on the football side, I prefer the football side to a degree, because in basketball we do this thing where we have this like who's better based on resume, and I'm saying who is better just on the field when they were playing. And I think you can make a legit argument that Jahmyr Gibbs is a better football player.
Yeah,
then Jamal Charles
is.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Here's the problem. I don't.
You can't make that argument.
I think that
like actually, I can make a very salient argument. They do very similar things. Go ahead.
I think that you can have that argument legitimately. You can, but you also have to prove it so that you can say that you're better. You can, and the talent can appear.
But if you have to prove it, you can't have an argument.
But if you don't actually prove it, then no, that's not how that.
What do you mean prove it? What do you mean prove?
Put in the work. You have to put in a half decade of top level production. Multiple.
No, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about.
Yes, that is what we're talking. That's exactly
you're saying put in a hold on early time out.
Like
you're saying put in a half decade of effort. That's or work. That's not what I'm talking about. Is he better overall all time than Jamal? No. But if you're asking me player for player at their very best, which one of them is a better running back? I'm saying I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a better running back than Jamal Charles.
I think they are similarly talented, and I've seen Jamal Charles do more things to this point than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Like what?
Handle the workload we're talking about.
No. Now you're raising your voice. I'm saying there's nothing to raise your voice about because we're talking about them individual players.
Now you see what I mean, huh?
This is all this is what the conversation is.
Now D-Mac, see what I mean?
He hasn't peaked yet.
But
because
how about this? How about touch a first team on pro?
I feel like we're.
D-Mac, how about touch a first team on pro first? How about just do that at least?
No, that's not what the conversation's about.
Early. Wait, hold on, Riddell, real quick. Early. How about get a second team? He hasn't done that.
That's not what the conversation's about.
Time out. This is my point that we're getting to, and this is I have a real pushback to some of the things that Early feels like about Jahmyr Gibbs specifically. But it's important to talk about this point because running back is a position that wears on your ass. You get it, you feel it over the course of a season. So until you show me that over multiple years you can handle, I'm top level all pro running back where I'm handling this level of workload, I'm not going to put you over guys that you're similarly talented. And again, that's why I don't have any issues with you saying that you feel like he may be a better football player, but I'm not going to put you over these guys until you actually
I'm not putting him over Jamal Charles either.
I'm telling you, this is where I'm coming from. You have to prove it by handling that workload year in and year out.
And then D-Mac, in your case,
then I can give you that.
Hey, in your case, D-Mac, you yourself as a Chiefs fan, you've seen guys come and go so fast. You've seen that Larry Johnson give you 3 years and then disappear. You see the pre-songs give you 5 years and then be gone. Like we've seen guys, Aaron Foster. We've seen guys who you even said Le'Veon Bell, where you went, oh, he's gonna be a problem for years. 5 years later, he's not even in the league no more.
What's that got to do with the conversation?
And again, this is not me saying that I don't think Gibbs can do it. I think that he can.
I think he can. I just want to see him do it. That's all.
I just want to see him do it because again, this is not. And again,
well, this is like saying Derrick Henry and Emmett. Like I think Derrick at his best is a better running back than Emmitt Smith. I don't care about anything
fine.
else.
But Derrick did it though. Derrick did it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not about did it. It's not.
Wait,
But hold on. No, D-Mac, hold on. I know, but let me set the conversation again because I think people are mishearing, or especially you early. My conversation is not about proving something in the future or about handling a workload for a period of time or accolade. Jamal Charles is a greater running back than Jahmyr Gibbs and has accomplished 10 times as much. I don't know, 10, whatever the number is, times as much as he did. And Jamal, over the course of a career, was a 5.5 yards per carry dude for his entire prime. He was like a, you know what I mean? He was the most efficient runner.
Season with 240 carries.
I know, great. But I'm saying that at their best on the field, though, I think Jahmyr might be better than Jamal Charles. That doesn't make him a better overall player, though. Like I think what you're missing.
But D-Mac understands the argument, but like early, it's just like saying, do you think Bijan is better than Frank Gore, despite everything Frank Gore's done? You probably do.
Early's argument, no, you can't.
But we've seen Bijan handle the workload. So this is my thing that I'm putting out there to your point. You mentioned Derrick Henry versus Emmitt Smith. I can understand the argument because we've seen Derrick Henry handle the workload.
Do it. He did it.
This is my point. The talent can be similar, but until you prove to me at the running back position that you can handle that level of work, I don't know.
Is there background noise?
I don't know where that just came from. Until you prove to me at the
D-Mac was farting in the seat.
Until you prove to me that at the running back position you can handle that level.
Okay, but let me add this in here. Matt, let me share this right here, and hopefully that wasn't the background I'm using for this website, because if that is NFL statistics, then whatever. So like blowing wind. Kenya, for the sake of the conversation,
full of air.
Jamal Charles handling the workload. And again, this is just going through the numbers. The most carries he ever had or touches he ever had in the season is 329 and 320 back-to-back years. First team All-Pro that season and second team All-Pro. Now, this is 2013. So the running back he was going against that year and who got first team was LaShawn McCoy. So, like, obviously,
all decade,
really,
by the way.
Really good football player. Really good football player. No shouts. Really good football player. Made first and second team All-Pro in back-to-back seasons. So, like, I just wanted to put that out there real quick. But then if we do with Jahmyr Gibbs, so far in his career, he already has a 320 touch season this last year. And in this last season, he had a total of...
Can he come back and do it again?
No, but this is not... No.
He has to do it twice?
Jamal Charles did it twice. And Jamal Charles did it better than twice.
Y'all having two different arguments, though. You talking about...
Agree.
You talking about career... Swipe is talking about skill set,
and this is
talking about the skill set. But I agree. Hold on, wait. I agree with you that the skill set is very similar. Like it's just picking apples or oranges at this point, because if you look at how Jamal Charles played, it's similar. Lethal catching the ball out the backfield, surprisingly a good runner between the tackles. We all know what he can do in the open field. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, the only thing with me, I would say if you would like Jahmyr Gibbs, you just probably like the way he runs better, like his run motion, shall I say. But they like the same running back. Both 4-3 guys, both can catch out the backfield.
Yep.
I mean, which is why I don't have a big issue with what Swiper said. My thing is just simply, I think what's getting lost in translation here is, you guys are talking about the touches argument and him proving it as a career thing. I'm saying that's a part of the skill set. The skill set at the running back position is being able to take on that punishment for years in a row. That wears on you. There are very few running backs in history that can, hey, I'm getting 300 plus touches this year and I'm coming right back with the same production doing it again. That is not an easy thing to do for a lot of running backs.
But
so
to be fair,
is a piece of it.
I mean, he does. But again, that's why I'm saying we're having little different arguments. And I understand what you're saying. But again, just for me, just like peak, even at what Gibbs has shown, I think he is in a single sample size, or just as a football player on the field when I'm watching. Mm-hmm. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a better football player than Jamal Charles, but he doesn't have the career that Jamal Charles does.
I think it's similar. I think that Jamal Charles is a little bit more multifaceted as a receiver. That's just me. And again, I won't say that I have Chiefs glasses on. That certainly exists as far as that's concerned. The other thing I'll mention, a lot of people are talking in the chat, because I do see it, about some of the touchdown aspect of it. no matter what, and I think everybody up here should agree, Jahmyr Gibbs has been a much better offensive environment than Jamal Charles had. This is just a fact.
That's for sure.
That's a fact.
Like,
that's a fact. When you're talking
got
about
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff versus Alex Smith.
You think he's a mummy?
Who?
Same quarterback. It's the same shit.
It's the same quarterback.
Same quarterback.
They're both solid quarterbacks.
I mean, but the offensive situation with Goff,
the Lions have had better offensive lines.
Jamal had the best offense in football around him 1 year.
Was he good? When?
You let D-Mac tell it.
No, that's not true. I've never said that. You just made it up. He just completely made that up for the course of this. Okay. Anyway, like I said, Detroit's had a much better offensive environment than Jahmyr Gibbs. Is my only point.
100%.
I think that the skill set's similar. I just want to see him come back. Have a similar.
Wait, is Todd Gurley is this like me saying Todd Gurley at his best is better than Jamal Charles at his best? Is that hot?
No, I agree with that.
I love Todd Gurley. I think Todd Gurley was spectacularly talented. But this is the thing.
He had 4 years, 5.
Yeah, the other thing is like, if you ask other people, hey, who's quite possibly the most talented athlete you've ever seen? Bo Jackson. Yeah, but we saw that a part of his body just couldn't necessarily hold up to what was necessary as far as I was concerned. It was a piece of it.
He was Superman, and his body.
Yes,
he was literally Achilles, and the only thing that could go wrong is that he was too powerful for his hip joint. And his hip joint exploded because it had massive amounts of muscle on both sides of it.
As incredibly,
if he lived right now, we would take D-Mac's bone marrow and then we would literally put it into Bo Jackson, and then we would have my bone marrow, Bama's bone marrow, Riddell's bone marrow, and it would be stuffed into his hip, and he would be fine. He just played in a time where you couldn't do any of that.
But I'm just saying that is a piece of it as far as that's concerned. He may be
Bama, what you shaking your head about?
Talented, but he couldn't. His body couldn't handle how
talented
like
a creative player, bro.
Like, right, exactly.
Played left field, caught the ball, and threw somebody out at home, bro. Like I don't think. See, a lot of people don't play baseball.
I think
that is a fucking ridiculous throw.
No, he was insane.
When he threw, that is a ridiculous
Harold
throw.
Reynolds out from the wall. I think that there is just something to. Specifically at the running back position where being able to be durable is a real skill set because of how much punishment you have to take to do so.
Yeah, but you would agree with D-Mac, that if a running back is clearly a better talent at the position, the durability factor is irrelevant.
Yeah, because especially if you're talking about, hey, we're comparing 10-year careers and you're telling, well, actually, this is a perfect way to say it. Bijan Robinson, who has only had but so long in the National Football League, I think is a better running back than Frank Gore. Point blank, period. Because I do value, as far as peak is concerned, the running back position, given the compressed nature is their normal thing. And I truly do believe that, especially at the running back position where longevity is lower from that aspect in the threshold, if you're going to be up here for 3-5 years, I think that matters more than having a 10-plus decade-long career where you're just good. That's just me personally. That's how I look at that position.
I hear that, but we also I recognize, because I probably would be aligned in between both of you. Jamal Charles didn't have a crazy long career.
No, he didn't. No, he was shorter.
Gibbs put up not only this year an elite season and next year an elite season. I think at that point you can say
you could have an argument that he's better. Yeah, you could definitely have the argument that he's better. I just want him to do it. That's all. And I think that it is a skill set to be durable at that position.
I mean, but that's tough though, because that's like me saying David Johnson isn't like at his peak one of the 20 best running backs I've ever seen. I mean, he is. It's just he just also had a slow he got hurt, but he was still like one of the elites I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a better season than Alfred Morris.
I mean, I know 2016 was special, but I mean,
Alfred was a regular dude.
I don't want to go that far.
Oh my!
No, but he had 1,600 yards his rookie year, and he deserved the credit. And then he just was a regular, but he was a jag at running back. Though.
I wouldn't put David Johnson in my top 20 running backs that I've ever seen.
Me neither.
Yeah, that's just me.
Well, because he only had 1 year, really.
No, even if you take his 2016 versus all of the,
you think David Johnson better than C.J. Anderson?
Yes.
I think he's better than C.J. Anderson.
Yeah, of course. C.J. was really good though. But I could rattle off 20 running backs that I would say easily. Whatever peak season you want to say, I would take over him. That's just
yeah. Like Arian Foster, that was a demon.
That was the first one that came to mind. I was like, I'll take Arian Foster over him. Todd Gurley, I'd take over him. Like there are running backs that I would just easily take over.
Peyton Hillis.
But again, David Johnson for that 2016 season, spectacular.
I was going to bring up the what he had around him because Jamal Charles was everything with the Chiefs. That's definitely a thing. I just had to do something.
Respect Dwayne Bowe.
No, Debo was out there.
Yeah, but there was seasons with Jamal Charles. There was seasons where Jamal Charles was literally everything for them. I ain't gonna lie, we had to stop doing this, bro. Like, it become a thing now, and now it's a point to like he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and he wasn't just a good running back, like he was a top 5 running back at one point in his career. It wasn't long, but it was. The Frank Gore shit, bro, like y'all do it a little too much, and it's almost like y'all listen to TikTok and Twitter too much, and now y'all become like guys.
That's Bama. He's the TikTok highlight watcher.
Everybody says I've never seen Bama shit on Frank Gore. I've never seen Bama shit on Frank Gore. Yeah. Like y'all do that, bro. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious. It's become a thing now to where like you sound like a kid when you say it now. Like and so y'all listen to kids say it. And
who you talking about? Who you talking about specifically?
Everybody.
Everybody.
D-Mac saying it.
Only one of us up here believes that.
Whoever said it.
You're not just doing
like a child.
Nah. Early, right?
You better than that. That's like no. I'm not gonna be funny. That's like. When people say,
get him early, get him.
It's not just
that Frank Gore shit. Like Frank Gore was an 800-yard back for 19 years.
Trent, it's Trent. It's D-Mac.
It's
all
like
them.
that.
It's all them.
To ask a question. What was me saying that he was a good running back for that long? Was the disrespectful part? That's what we're saying is disrespectful.
No, you saying. Yeah, you saying he was just good for a long. Like no, Frank Gore was a top. Like again, I understand it. I think some of us, D-Mac, I don't think you, but I think a lot of us. Not talking about this panel in particular, but a lot of us,
especially.
A lot of us on it. You're talking about Trey.
A lot of us.
Nah. Earl though, right though. It's like the census, bro. Like Frank Gore is like the butt of jokes. Like
it's goofy as fuck, bro. It's goofy as fuck. Especially hold up. Let me finish my point though. It's goofy as fuck, especially when your favorite running back could barely last 4. I'm talking about, again, when I say this, it's nobody in particular. I'm just saying the average nigga's favorite running back. Again, I love Aaron Foster. Aaron Foster lasts like 4 seasons, bro. Frank Gore to be productive on teams. He wasn't the nigga who was just on the bench. He was the nigga who was your second back, even in his fucking mid-30s, bro. Stop doing that, y'all. It's almost like when niggas say, "Hey, I was inefficient." Like, bro, you don't know the fuck. Like, you sound like a kid, bro. If you didn't watch football before 2010, that's cool. But, bro, Frank Gore, I remember, like 49ers Frank Gore, bro. That was a top 5 back in the league. That wasn't no nigga who was a top 15 back. He was a 1,600-yard All-Pro type of back, bro. Like, and again, in that time, a lot of times. Guys was putting up hellacious carries and was getting to 100 yards, 1,300 yards. Like, nigga, some of y'all love Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis is a Hall of Famer. Go look at Jerome Bettis' carries and his numbers. There was a season when Jerome Bettis was getting 350 carries and he was very successful 1,100 yards.
And
Frank Gore is Frank Gore
catches out the backfield.
Frank Gore is something for in the NFL that literally stands for not for long. Frank Gore is something we should fucking cherish. Same thing because I had an argument with guys and he did the same thing about Jason Witten, the Frank Gore of tight ends. My name, Frank Gore, to do what he did, to be a top 3, top 5 rusher all time, like you should cherish that. If I'm a coach, I'm telling my kids, this is how you take care of your body. The last 2 decades of rushing. So I get to a point like you said, like I said, Bama, you hear it so much now. It's like y'all have thrown something in the air, and not everybody just does it. And D-Mac, you too smart for that. You too good for that.
Don't give him all that credit.
I'm trying to have a conversation.
You ain't too smart to be ignorant.
Exactly. I said that was crazy. Like, I think that, to your point, that early San Francisco run that he had multiple 1,500-yard seasons in addition to 06, in which he was over 2,000 from scrimmage as well. I thought that he was, a legit top 5 running back for that stretch. And then for the rest of his career, he was generally just a good one for the rest of his career.
But mind you,
wait, I let you go. Just let me finish the statement. But I agree with you 100%.
You don't like being
because
talked
of
over.
what I just said as far as the durability is concerned. That is an incredible skill set that should be cherished. I agree with you from that standpoint. I was just simply saying for the majority of this career that we're talking about, that was just a good running back. Early in that San Francisco run, great seasons. I will not take that away from Frank Gore. He deserves to be respected for that. I was just trying to figure out where exactly it came. I wanted to make sure that we were in good communication under what exactly.
And it's the first time, real quick. It's the first time I've ever heard you say D-Mac, and that's why I was like, not you, D-Mac. You're not talking like that, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny. Hold up. Shout out to my guy, Stacks and Facts. This is what I've learned, and I'm off of it. When you sit, facts and stats. I'm talking about facts, stat, my guy F. But we talking about in general. I'm on Spaces a lot. I'm in Discords a lot. The more we get around, and Bama will tell you this, the more we get around guys that, because most people that's on Discord, they're not. We're all unks in Discord. When you 30, you 29, you unk. Most of us, you get around these youngins, bro, who are 21, 22, 23. They have created a way of talking about sports, bro. And it's because there's so many of them, they've created this mindset. And sometimes some of y'all older guys, it start to leak into y'all brain and y'all start to get poisoned. No, bro, Frank Gore was not a back. Again, even we just talk about carries, right? Frank Gore was doing his job. Frank Gore was he would go 240 carries for 1,300 yards. Frank Gore wasn't getting 320 carries and then going for only 200 yards. And the one time he did touch 300 carries, he was almost 1,700 yards. Like, this was a guy that if he had the carries that a lot of guys that we love had, he probably would have been a 1,500-yard back over and over again. Frank Gore's ability after tearing his knee, like, it's something that we should be, bro. He was lifestyle. He was he wasn't no regular guy. He was a problem.
Hold on.
So I just hate that we do that.
I understand your
longevity type.
I'm heavily critical with like this newer generation. I call them like traits merchants. All they care about is Madden ratings of NFL players. So I feel like hey man, I'm not putting a name to that.
But they have. Hold
on. My big thing here, though, the reason why they exist is because the older generation also should be criticized because they were stats merchants. If we can attach a name to them as well, accolades. Hey, they won a Super Bowl. They got Pro Bowls. They got a certain amount of stats. But we also recognize when it comes to the
D-Mac apparently today.
When it comes to the Frank Gore, the reason why Frank Gore is brought up in conversation is not necessarily to disrespect him all the time, but it's to highlight the difference between a long career that accumulated stats versus talent and the ability to.
I'm not gonna lie though, I saw Frank Gore when he was the 49ers. He was the heartbeat of that offense. Yeah, respect to Colin Kaepernick and them, but he was actually really, really good too.
I think that.
But if we're talking about like peak play, you're not going to mention Frank Gore in peak play conversations. It's just.
Time out. Wait. Let me just ask the question real quick because this is my statement that started this off, which is my question that comes back to. I compared it to Bijan Robinson. Do you feel like I'm disrespectful in saying that I think Bijan Robinson is a better running back than Frank?
Yeah, and why I say that is because. If you think because we've seen, I'm gonna go prime example, right? Prime example, Julio Jones. We talk about Julio. Julio Jones' ability is better than Jerry Rice's ability. It looked better. You're absolutely right. Is Julio Jones a better receiver than Jerry Rice?
I disagree from a standpoint because I think that you underrate Jerry Rice's technical ability for the position. Because but
we talking about compared to Julio. We know how great Jerry was.
No, I know, but I'm answering your question. I think that the way that it falls flat for me is that in the similar way that I feel like Bijan is a better technical runner than Frank Gore was as well, I think that Jerry Rice was a better technical runner in addition to be similarly talented to Julio Jones. So, like, that's where I think that comparison would fall flat for me.
Okay, so Antonio Brown, is that better?
That's a little bit better one. But I still feel like Jerry Rice was.
So for me, if Bijan, now here's my thing about Bijan, right? If Bijan is still only, this is third year or fourth year?
Fourth, going into fourth.
This is fourth year, right?
Going to his fourth year.
To say, and then mind you, when you speak about Frank Gore played 16 seasons. Only 5 of those seasons, he didn't touch 1,000 yards. Frank Gore was a 34-year running back, still putting up 970. Like, I'm saying, like, let's just, like, again, when we speaking about Frank Gore, it's new, again, even with the stats that you said, Riddell, right? Speak about stats. Riddell, when you sit down with NFL guys, and you've been on channels, when you sit down with NFL guys, what's so funny is that you say the older guys, NFL guys, your favorites, when they argue with each other, I've seen 2 NFL guys argue, and guess what they argue? Their numbers. I'm 15,000 yards all the time. When I'm sitting with T.O. in the gym, T.O. talking about the numbers he put up. So stats do matter. You know why? Because stats is what gets you accolades. I don't care how good you are, and I've had this conversation with Trent. I understand skill FC. I don't care how good your skill is. If you are the most skilled person, but you don't produce, we don't care. You can't be like, oh, he's super skilled, but when he put up 800 yards a season, we would be like, so? Prime example, as skilled as JSN is, the reason why I got him in top 3 conversation is because he put up 1,700 yards. Because he was still a 1,100-yard guy, you wouldn't say that. So we can't be stats don't matter, but then when guys have great stats, we up them and put them in different hierarchies. We do it all the time. You can talk about Lamar Jackson being Lamar Jackson, and as great as Lamar Jackson is, what made y'all say, hey, Guy, love him. 41 touchdowns and 6 picks. The numbers. So stop acting like numbers don't matter because they do. And every time somebody has good numbers, what do? We go crazy. If you thought Myles Garrett was one of the best pass rushers, it should be before he had 23 sacks. Or before he ever put up 20 sacks. He can have 13 sacks a season, and you should see his ability and say he's better than people. But we don't do that. We care about numbers. Let's just stop acting like we don't care about numbers.
It's part of the context.
Can I only add the fact that, there's argument. I think that you would still probably say 2016 was better, but I do think it's important to say that from a numbers perspective, I think that you can argue that Bijan has had back-to-back seasons. That's better than anything Frank Gore ever did in his career. That's also something to bring up as far as numbers are concerned.
That's cool, but again, do you think he's a better running back? When you say better running back, you just like in general, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. If you're telling me if I'm playing Madden, I'd rather take any version of Frank Gore over any version of the best version of Frank Gore over the best version of Bijan. Cool. But all time, no, he's not all time better.
No, that's fine. But I'm fine.
Bijan cannot play. He can literally get hurt next year and never play football again.
You have to put in a wealth of time as far as that's concerned. That was my point of making it. I just said I think talent-wise, Bijan Robinson is simply a more talented running.
But that don't work for Jamal Charles and Jameer Gibbs. To your point,
I think that they're similar.
Because they're similar. And one so now if we're similar, then you got to do more before you be better than me, because we're already
maybe
similar.
like one more season, because Jamal also doesn't have crazy launches.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot they do. Like you said, Riddell, if he does it back-to-back seasons, handles this workload, then yeah, I'm cool with hearing that, because I think it's similar, and then you're proving it. That's cool with me. I just want to see it first.
I also we've seen guys come and go too much. We got.
I agree, but I also want to say this because I agree. When it comes down to these conversations, it requires context. It requires like both things. But we've also seen like pro NFL, NBA players determine who's better based off what they've seen as they're playing them. Like you've seen them go like, yo, this one person that you would have never considered because of what you've seen on TV or what you've seen from the stat sheet. You were like, this guy's not good. Like the famous example. I forget what player said this, but he was talking about how Hunter Renfrow is one of the best wide receivers in the game. I was like, all the fans were like, yeah, you're capping. But this is what he saw. His eyes see this player. He goes like, bro, he's a great talent. So it's a combination of both. If you want to come to an analysis on who's better, do your own research. That's my suggestion.
But do some research, because too often we have conversations about players that we know we didn't see. We didn't watch them. We just heard a nigga say something. I'm sorry, we heard a guy say something, so we agree. We didn't do the work. We didn't go check. We didn't go see. I heard people
early trying to catch up.
Bama does that all the time.
When you speak on, I'm talking about general. When you speak on people,
highlight watchers,
people will legitimately. I never understand.
I never let that go, Bama.
I was on the debate team in college. One thing that you learn when you are debating people, you never speak on something. I guess again, I'll do it because I be planning. I'll admit that I'm doing it, but I will not have a serious conversation with you about something when I have no knowledge on it. But people will gladly do that. Somebody will gladly argue with you about how good a player is, but didn't watch none of his film. I just know he plays for a bad team, so he must suck over there. Prime example. I don't know who was the first person to tell me, because I was playing about Ashton Jincy. I think it might have been Bama who sat me down, and we sat and played back and watched the film and was like, wow, that O-line really. But you sound ignorant when you like, Jincy sucked last year. Go watch the film. Oh, he couldn't. Man, he was getting contact before he even touched the ball. Oh, okay. You just talking, you chatting. Oh, he sucked. Oh, go watch how many times this quarterback got sacked. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, this guy sucked at receiver. Oh, watch how many times he was wide open. I like Odell Beckham this past season. He might have. This past Sunday, I think he had 2 catches for 10 yards. Odell could have easily had 4 or 5 catches for 80 yards this Sunday. Yeah, So that's all I'm saying. You gotta. Sometimes we speak on people and this is because of hearsay. But
who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback that was in when he was in?
Brandon Allen, who's a terrible guy. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Terrible guy.
Terrible quarterback.
Damn.
Brandon Allen's terrible.
How you know that? So you speaking on stuff you don't know. What you know about him?
He's a terrible quarterback.
You talk to his girl?
No.
You talk to his family? Shoot, look at early judge.
He's a terrible guy, because you're trying to get Odell not back on the Giants, and you see how the fans cheer when he touched the field. Odell gonna make this team, and Odell looked back. Did you see the routes he ran? D-Mac, I know you watched the film, D-Mac. You see the routes he ran? He looked pretty good.
I thought pretty solid
for 34.
He looked like a top 4 receiver on the Giants. Malachi, Malik. I'm gonna give you Mooney, because Mooney showed me something in Atlanta, and then Odell number 4 for me.
You better than Derrick Clayton?
I'm glad somebody said this in the chat because there was a couple of us up here doing this for Genty all year, and here come this dude all season was talking about Genty bad the entire year.
The summer jam.
And matter of fact, I know. Hush up. My turn. And then, matter of fact, he wasn't saying none of this. I'm just joking. I'm just doing clicks for content. He ain't saying none of that. No, I'm not done. I'm allowed to speak.
I had a Mario had
okay, I'm allowed to speak. I'm allowed to speak. You hush up. So Early wants to do all this jumping, clapping, and twerking when he wants to do it, but let somebody else do it. Now it's a problem. Now he would have gone on soliloquy talking about. I'm not on here. No. I didn't have. No, I don't care. Hush. It's not your turn.
You know how we have a.
No, it's not your turn either, D-Mac. You've been talking all show. Hush. Not hush. My turn.
Oh, you said what? I want to hear what he said. You said what?
Wait, skip. It's my turn.
You know how
it's my turn.
Square jar for their kids where they put money in it. We need to have a twerking jar for Swipe because I can't keep doing this all season.
That's what y'all be doing. Y'all be up, especially you. You just twerk for Jamal Charles.
Can't do it. Bro.
And screaming. Now let me ask you a real question about another great.
He goes to the booty club a lot. I guarantee you.
I've never been to the strip club in Atlanta ever, mind you.
If you
in Atlanta, he's specified in Atlanta.
Matter of fact,
I go to Augusta.
Just so y'all know,
got the better ones.
Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know.
Your Instagram is twerking videos.
Early, you're being a little too black right now. I need you to be a little less black. Okay, what's happened is I've been in Atlanta since yesterday, 10 years now. 10 years. I've never been to Onyx, never been to Magic City. I'll never go. I don't like strip clubs. So no, I don't do that. No, I don't swear, but I promise you, I can promise on your life right now, I've never been to any of these strip clubs, even for their wings. I've gotten DoorDash from their wings before. From some of the wings from Magic City.
Oh my God.
They're amazing. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Magic City got some wings. Early would love those wings. Because he loves to eat. Early. You would have booty meat and chicken wings in the same place. It'd be your favorite place.
I've been in Magic City a lot of times.
I'm sure you have.
You are a bald head man in your 30s. You definitely had a stripper rub your head. You want to dance?
No, I don't like strip clubs. I don't like strip clubs.
You had a stripper rub your head during the dance.
Y'all now read between the lines. He said he don't go to Onyx and Magic.
Well, I don't know what the other strip clubs are.
You go watch Roxanne though.
Roxanne? What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
The white woman strip clubs. This was where you go to Flat Cakes.
Swiper got money, y'all. The strippers come to his house.
Is that the movie? That movie with the girl from Saved by the Bell? She was in or whatever that was. I don't know whatever that movie is called. No, that's just not my bag, y'all. I just never been a person. Kenya,
your name is like. I heard they call you Swiper because you always swiping your card, man.
I don't. That's the thing, though.
I don't. Your name go with it.
Y'all don't understand. I don't just hand out money. I don't like I give money to people when they need it, but think about this, Kenya. I get paid per hour basically because I do all these shows, right? So I have to think about this. So if I go out, I'm basically taking a couple of shows worth of money that I spend on I got to deal with D-Mac and Early for the whole stream. So I got a stream I've spent. I'm taking that check and I'm going to go to a woman named Cinnamon who I've never met, who I'll never see again.
Let's be honest though. After dealing with D-Mac, Early, Bama, and Trent, hey D-Mac, after dealing with us, me, you, Bama, and Trent, the most relaxed thing you can do is go to Magic City and have a good time. You need to decompress.
Or Kenya, I can do what I do, which is I go on a walk. Okay, I got my dog. I go work out. You know what I mean? I'll make myself some brunch afterwards.
Right?
And then y'all got to remember this NFL season. I just want y'all to know y'all gonna be busy. We all gonna be busy, but y'all press box. Football all day, Locked On NFL, Locked On NBA, and if the Nuggets are playing, my show and Locked On Nuggets. My Sundays ain't. I'm finna be sitting in this chair all day.
To get some strip club in there. I appreciate you. You're a guy, man.
Somebody said, "Listen, Sparkle got."
Wow.
Yo, I heard the strippers gave you the nickname Swiper because you be swiping that card, getting that money. They call you Swiper.
Not for me.
You come because they go, oh, Swiper here, Swiper here.
Look, I just want y'all to know that
Ring the bell.
I just want y'all to know that I did frequent when I was 18.
We got money.
I will let y'all know.
Money.
For my birthday, I was dragged there.
Money. Yeah.
I gave this much up. This much. $3. $3.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules. You know what I mean?
Disrespectful.
I didn't know what to do. You supposed to, how much money are you supposed to give out? What's the rule? Early. What's the rule? How much are you supposed to give for like a 10 or 5 minute dance?
Knows, right, early. You know.
Yeah, how much you give?
I mean, at least for a 5 minute dance, between 50 and 100 at least.
Hey, wait.
Depending on what club you at.
Early, say the song. How to spin that? Spin that.
You know that. It be Swiper, Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Chris Brown. They be in that thing spinning.
Chris Brown.
Money.
I wish I had that money.
Yeah, we get money.
The brokers among us makes 25 mil. I wish I had that kind of money. Shoot. D-Mac got teacher money because, D-Mac be in the public school system out there. He ain't going to the strip club either. It's not my bag. So
I've been to a strip club too. I ain't gonna lie. Swiper here lying. Swipe, black man in America. You've been in a strip club once, twice.
Getting drinks from a bartender or two. He made me spend $2 more for the sneak. And then on top of that, y'all, I heard stories like, they got a little back room. Only back room I've ever seen in my life, y'all. I went to a club one time. They had a red room early. I've never seen a red room in my life. I didn't ask no questions though. There was a chair. There was a chair in there, and there was a bed in there in a club. I said, "No, I'm going the other way. I'm out."
Hey, one thing. Hey, you don't want to take no UV light in that back room. You don't want to take one of them back there and turn the lights off. Get bad back there.
Can we go over the guys?
We get
We got to switch gears.
I bet some gives go to the strip club.
Switch gears. We got to switch gears.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Buddy got married quick.
No, you know who go to the strip club? That boy J-Mo. I know that.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
Yeah.
God.
All right. So speaking of elite running backs, I don't know if y'all watched Jeremiah Love. Now he's getting a lot of hype on social media right now. I think it's warranted.
He's injured, though, right?
Cardinals. So they didn't obviously. Gardner Minshew, they beat the Raiders. Gardner Minshew was 14 of 16, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's actually a very good backup quarterback, and I think he's a good spot starter for you too. Obviously, had that run with the Eagles. Jeremiah Love though had 11 carries for 58 yards, but he also got 3 catches as well. He got 14 touches in one half. Y'all, does he look like a star to you when you watched him run the ball in the preseason? Is this a guy that like you can build your offense around moving forward?
I think too short of a sample size to say that.
He got a nice.
I'll say yes for me.
That's what I was like. His run motion kind of remind me of AP run motion. Like he don't see you, he just do what he got to do when you in his face. I will say it's almost a little bit too wild for me, almost, but. I mean, the way he could jump over people, change direction, just
crazy.
He actually reminds me of Leonard Fournette. That's what he reminds me of.
I thought that he was a little lighter on his feet than I remember Adrian Peterson, especially when I was just going back and watching.
Yeah, he ran heavy.
Peterson. I feel like Jeremiah Love's a little lighter, and Nate Tice actually pointed out on Twitter that it reminded him of O.J. Simpson running through the airport. But for the point that I do think that he is just light on his feet. But to answer your question, yeah, I mean, he looked like the star that I thought he was coming out of college. So, I mean, I obviously it was only a couple carries as far as preseason was concerned. He got a few more receptions as well. I mean, I think that, this kid's awesome. So I may be the wrong person to ask, but he looked really good to me. Specifically, and again, kind of we're coming off the Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamal Charles thing. Like, there's something special about the acceleration to the edge, and he showed that he had good to great acceleration. But those guys have kind of Hall of Fame difference-making acceleration to the edge. But that one where they ran that inside trap play, and he saw the hole, he teleported forward as far as that was concerned. I mean, he was 3 yards past the line of scrimmage before you could blink. And I think that's really where he does show off as well. And then you saw in the open field how he can make guys miss. So he looked as advertised as far as I was concerned, seeing him out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think he's going to be crazy.
Jeremiah Love does seem to be obviously very good. I co-sign a lot of what you guys are saying, but I still hesitate in terms of if this was the right pick for the Cardinals. I mean, if he's going to be a great talent, all things considered, but it is kind of crazy what the running back room is right now. I don't know, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do with Connor. Of course, they brought in Algier, who probably thought he was gonna be a starter until they drafted Jeremiah Love. And this team, at the end of the day, their offensive infrastructure, starting at the quarterback position, is very shaky. You expect Jacoby Brissett to lead you to the future? Yeah, right. So I think something that's probably going to happen in this year, it's going to be similar to the Raiders, where it's like his first year is not going to be as good as you would expect from a talent like this. He's not going to have a Bijan or Gibbs type of first year, and he's going to get like the Genty type of slander. And that makes me question, like, at this point, if you have no offense, a running back is just not going to save your team. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you could certainly argue as far as the draft pick, whether it was being right or wrong.
What you think of save a team if you ain't got no offense? Because that's the base. That's the base of football.
No,
that's not. What we. Yeah, it is running the ball.
No, it's offensive line.
That's what the game was built off of, running the ball. So if you got no offense and you looking for some offense, you get back to the basics. Find a running back.
You draft a running back over a quarterback, though?
Well, the quarterbacks y'all be dreaming about, they just don't come around every draft, for them.
Okay.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't a quarterback to draft. I understand Riddell's point, though, about, hey, could you gotten better value spending that high of a pick elsewhere? It's just about, some of the question marks about the people had about the prospects at the top of this draft were understandable.
But Jeremiah Love, we're speaking about running backs in the last probably 10 to 15 years. Like, he don't have that home run ability. I don't like. Jeremiah
he
Love.
hit a 99-yarder at Notre Dame, outrunning everybody on the defense. My dog.
I don't think we got to see that in this preseason game, but I think
I don't know if he has the home run ability that an AP had. I don't know if he has that home run ability. I don't know if he has the home run ability that just Saquon Barkley. Now I'm naming the top prospects of the last couple of years because even a Chris Johnson, he wasn't. Again, if you went to East Carolina University like me, we knew about my boy. God bless him, by the way. But that was a different level of speed. So there's been guys who come in this league because it's right. Arian Foster was a great running back, but he didn't have home run ability a la Todd Gurley, a la Devin.
But you don't go in the top 4 if you ain't got that, though. Because even he's faster than Zeke, and Zeke had home run ability his rookie year.
Yeah, he ran 4.
Early, I understand your point, but I think that we just didn't see it. I think when you see him, when he gets that,
when he gets an open second level,
you'll see it.
I think he's gonna be a damn good running back, but he ain't no Frank Gore.
But yeah, I think all the dudes that have been drafted in the top 5 lately. So that's going to be Zeke in 2016, Saquon 2018, Bijan in 2023, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, those 3, and then Gibbs drafted in the top 12, and then obviously you have Ashton Genty drafted in the top 6.
He's the worst version of all of them.
No, he's not. No, he's
who's the worst out of them?
Probably. I mean that group.
If
I had to rank them, I mean, probably
guys drafted in the top 15 in the first round in the last 10 years.
Top 15 is too much. I'm saying go top.
No, because 12. you said Gibbs was 11, right?
12. I know, but
12.
Yeah. So of that group, who's the worst?
Jeremiah Love. You know he is.
Jeremiah Love is the worst.
No,
thank you, Adele. Like, why are you fighting it?
Unless you want to pull the trigger.
You get a chance to answer.
Okay, go ahead, Cypher.
I don't think it's Jeremiah Love. I'm saying like if I'm going through the list in my head, out of college,
he's struggling.
I knew he was gonna.
It might be Bijan. Yeah, it really might be Bijan.
Bijan
Out of college, Jeremiah was I think people like Jeremiah was a monster. So was Bijan, but I guess they're all monsters though. It's like where's the level of monster? But like out of college, Jeremiah Love is like Saquon's 1.
Yes, I agree. Saquon's 1 for me. I think Zeke is a close 2.
Yeah, Zeke was crazy at Ohio State. Bijan is in that area though.
I would say Bijan is 3, and
but maybe this is me saying I'm higher on Jeremiah Love though. But Gibbs, he better than Gibbs coming out to me. Gibbs was crazy in Alabama. No, but Gibbs felt it
as well.
Yeah, Gibbs went to 12 for a reason. I thought he was overdrafted, to be fair, because he's at Georgia Tech before that, and then he was at Alabama.
Yeah, but hold on. Here's what we doing though.
Wait, early.
You're doing out of college, by the way.
Do you think
Yeah,
Love is
out
better
of
than
college?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I think I heard that from D-Mac. Swipey, you think Love is better than Genty?
There's a real argument for it, for sure, especially level of talent they played against. So, yeah, I mean, there's a real argument. Jeremiah Love is better than Genty, for sure. But
I'm the wrong person to answer that question because, y'all.
But here's my problem with that, though, because we sit here.
Leonard Fournette, too, another one earlier.
This is where y'all weird for me, though. We sit here, we talk about ability, right? So we ain't talking about what your name was in college. We're talking about ability, because y'all just talk about ability. We just did this ability conversation for an hour. There's no way you think that Jeremiah Love has more ability than Gibbs. There's no way you think that.
Why? No way.
I think he's better in between tackles.
But he's also just a stronger runner. Like, he's a force. Like, he's an actual bell cow at Notre Dame.
That's not to say that Gibbs doesn't have advantages. I think you can argue Gibbs has maybe a little bit more attention.
Who has more ability though?
Running. I think Love, but I'm
and he damn sure better than Todd Gurley.
That's fine.
As a receiving back, Love.
Well, Todd Gurley was years. That was 2015, dog.
That was.
I said last 10 years.
Well, it's 2026, my friend.
We've had 10 drafts.
We're getting older.
But it was just your test.
We're not young.
But I think that Gibbs has advantages. Again, the acceleration to the outside specific. I think you can maybe pinpoint a little bit technicality with the route running as far as compared to Love. But I do think that Love overall is more talented as a running back.
Ability for ability, just for the ability, D-Mac. And you had the ability to draft either one of these guys at between 5 and 10. Who you going with?
Between Love and Gibbs.
Yeah.
Love.
Well, based on what we knew out of college.
Just based on them as college.
And you must not love your job.
I do. I think that he.
They're all elite though. Like, that's like the thing. Like, all of them are.
But
the worst one's Leonard Fournette by a long shot.
I was gonna say when he put up, I completely forget Fournette.
Pre-injury because get the injuries.
No, Leonard Fournette.
Before the injuries, Leonard Fournette is not even close. Before the injuries, Leonard Fournette clears Love. He clears Love before the injuries.
Are you smoking ass? Leonard Fournette in college was what?
Man, Kenny just be listening to y'all just up here like.
First off, excuse me.
Words.
Sorry.
These words.
He had.
I'm here to talk football.
Yards.
There's a lady here.
Smoking yards in 4 games. Are y'all serious? In the SEC? In the SEC, the pinnacle of the SEC. Leonard Fournette.
They gotta go run up in the hey Bama. They gotta go run up on that tape though.
No, he was insane.
He ran for 19.
He was actually who I thought he was gonna be AP.
He ran for 1900.
He was insane.
I think we're getting confused though. We're just talking about out of college.
When I'm evaluating.
Yeah, he's saying out of college.
No, he was. Leonard was a legitimate. All of them were.
All of them were.
But what I'm saying, if you ranking them out of college,
Jeremiah Love not getting love from that guy.
So I would probably say if we ranking them out of college, no Derrick Henry, it would be Leonard Fournette.
What's the list, D-Mac? Put the whole list together. Bama. Let's put the whole list together since 2016.
Love over Bijan. In my opinion.
There's an argument for it. The thing with I think this is the thing. When I want we're time out real quick.
Yeah, but they misutilized him. He could have done so much more. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I go year by year, D-Mac though, so we can make the list.
Real quick though, I want to say this as far as Fournette is concerned. When we talk about drafting these guys coming out of college, then I'm like, all right, we're evaluating as prospects. What are we doing with the NFL game as far as that's concerned? I didn't when he was coming out of LSU, even though, and I'm not saying that he couldn't do it because he could. I didn't evaluate him as catching the ball at the level of these other guys because I've talked about it before of how important that aspect of the evaluation is because that's a major piece of what you have to do at the next level. I don't think that he was on the level of a Bijan. Honestly, he was most analogous to Zeke as far as that was concerned. I thought Zeke was better at both aspects in that aspect too. So I don't think he was Saquon Love, these level of guys catching the ball out of the backfield from that perspective, even though he was insane at LSU. I'm not taking that away. He absolutely was. I'm just saying when you're evaluating,
you are not finna weigh that much on pass catching to where
it matters a lot though. It
does. He gave you 1,953 yards and 22 touchdowns.
That's why I'm saying
no way. It is no way you factor catching in that much, bro. He had 700 more yards than fucking Jeremiah Love this season.
The reason why you factor it in. Bama, the reason why you factor it in is because he was limited when he got to the NFL from that aspect. That's
Bro,
why you factor it in.
And this is what pisses me off, bro, about today. you get neighbors like this, right? That factor in the pass, bro. That is like the same thing.
Pass catching.
When I tell you,
I guess we got to add CMC because CMC went top 7 too.
I know. I got him on the list.
Pass the
All right,
ball.
thank you.
Like that's literally like that's what that's saying. Like I got a better center than Shaq because my center can pass the ball. My center can do no look passes. Like what?
Yeah, like the passing aspect for running back is like the second thing you talk about.
Bro.
Yeah, but that's a major second thing. It's
not that major though. What's the
it is a
have a running back that rushes for 1,900 yards.
If you talking about if Leonard Fournette ran for 1,200 yards, I would literally just hear what you're saying. And he was in the Big 12 and he ran for 1,200. I'm like, oh yeah, the dude that catch better, give it to him. He was, oh my goodness, bro.
And mind you, man, I just argued this last week, and nobody was on my D-Mac. You was not on my side last week when I argued. I like running backs to do all. Like when my little argument, we was arguing LT and AP. My little argument was I value running backs who do it all, and no one was on my side, bro. So I don't know how you said that.
I said I would take LT.
Lenny is crazy though.
You said you were going? What happened?
No. I said I would take LT in that.
If it wasn't for Derrick Henry getting 47 carries and 43 carries in back-to-back crucial rivalry weeks, bro, Leonard Fournette arguably had the greatest college football for running back. Them first 4 weeks, they had 1,000. Oh my God, y'all was tripping. Y'all are tripping right now.
But again, this is why I specified I'm talking about evaluating these guys as prospects for the next level. And I understand it's the second thing, but it's a major second thing in the modern NFL of what value you bring catching the football. That is a big piece of it. So that's why Fournette would fall down the list for me.
Well, would you consider that a major part, especially for like Zeke and Leonard at the times they were drafted?
So that's why I said like Zeke would be the most analogous as far as that was concerned. But I thought Zeke was as good of a runner, if not a little bit better, and he was a better passer.
All right, so I'll go through the list. So these are all the running backs that went top 15 since 2016. Zeke, Leonard Fournette, C-Mac, Barkley, Bijan, Gibbs, Genty, and then Jeremiah Love. So it's only 8 running backs who went top 15 in the last 10 years.
So what, Zeke was first in 2016 and Leonard was 17? Do you know?
No, Leonard was 17. You talking about with 2016? No, he was like top 15.
No.
He was 2017. He came out.
2017.
All right.
I would say out of that list, Leonard Fournette would be the worst running back.
It was him and C-Mac. It was not Leonard Fournette, bro.
Running back, though? No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I said running back prospect out of that list.
You think
I can promise you. I'm not trying to be funny. I can promise you if Leonard Fournette and Jeremiah Love came out in the same draft, bro, it wouldn't even be a conversation to have, bro. You would not have a conversation about Leonard Fournette and Jeremiah Love, bro. You would not.
I would take
D-Mac, you would not, bro. You would not.
I can't. I understand. I get it. I like he was insane at LSU. Like I'm not trying to down.
Roll the tape. Somebody roll the tape.
Notre Dame.
I'm not trying to downplay this aspect of it. But Bama, I'm so sorry, Bama. I do not want to coach
Bama ran for 3,000 yards at Notre Dame. Like, are y'all playing? Like Leonard Fournette, Leonard Bartholomew Fournette. Like this can't be the same. Number 7 at LSU. We talking about that Leonard Fournette?
Is his middle name actually Bartholomew?
No, but that's just what I say. I mean, Fournette, the bald dude, the same color as early T-shirt.
With the beard.
We talking about that one. There is no way we are like playing with
That's just
right
me personally. I'm not saying you guys have to agree. I'm just
I'm gonna build a little video on this, Bama, and I think we should too for player's choice. I think for let's extend it to 2015. This is actually a good discussion. So 2015 top 15, just to open it up a little bit. That would mean it would be Todd Gurley, who was drafted 10th, Melvin Gordon 15th, Zeke 4th, Leonard Fournette 4th, Christian 7th, Saquon 2nd, Bijan 8th, Jameer 12th, Genty 6th, Jeremiah Love 4th. So if we had to build a list based on just pure college prospect abilities, how would y'all rank that full list?
Melvin was
share
awesome
too.
as a Badger, but he would be worse. Or the worst.
The best running back here we talk about is Barkley. Barkley has it all.
Yeah.
Barkley has
that's
the
what I
speed,
said. I
the
said,
power, the elusiveness, the hands, all that.
for
Saquon would be
me,
number one for me.
if you want to, go Saquon, whatever. I would say Saquon, Barkley. I mean, Saquon.
I think Lenny's second. I'm with Bama.
Saquon.
Lenny's second, bro.
Yeah.
Lenny's
Saquon.
y'all.
I agree.
And then Bijan to round out because I'm like, bro, do y'all remember Bijan at Texas, bro? Like,
Bijan was crazy.
he was.
But Lenny was getting
I-
AP talks. Lenny was getting Bo Jackson talks. Like he was that violent, bro.
My-
he was
my-
he was the greatest violent thing to hit Louisiana since Hurricane Katrina. Like he was that violent.
My top three would be Saquon, Zeke, and Bijan for me.
Bro, he had a full.
I don't got Zeke over Lenny, bro. I know what Lenny was, bro. Lenny was a force. Nah, I'm with Bama, bro. I remember Lenny, bro.
Crazy.
Lenny was.
He had a full ride to Alabama and LSU in the 8th grade.
Bama, what's your order again?
Saquon, Lenny, Bijan.
No, stick with your initial one. You said Fournette won.
No, I said Saquon was.
You said Fournette
Saquon.
won.
No, he said Saquon. He said he could damn near be
Saquon.
one. He said he could damn near be one. But he said Saquon. We all agree Saquon.
Saquon, Lenny, and who?
When this first started,
Bijan.
he said Fournette won, which is fine, but that's okay.
Like,
Okay,
you can put Fournette one. That's fine. You can put Fournette one. I was talking about Fournette over Bijan because the original one was Fournette, Jeremiah Love, and Bijan. I was gonna put Fournette over them, but if you throw Saquon in, I was gonna put Saquon over him.
Well, which
But,
one do you want, Bama?
I mean, I don't care. You can leave it like that.
All right, early. What's yours?
I'm going Saquon, Lenny, and it's in between Zeke or Bijan. I think Bijan was a force in Texas, but yeah, I'm going with Zeke. So I'm going Saquon, Lenny, Zeke. Because Zeke was like, I remember Ohio State, but they just, oh my God, yeah. With the crop top. With the crop top,
290 yards on fucking Nick Saban.
Kenya, what's your top three?
Mine is Saquon, Lenny, and Bijan.
Then Riddell.
As the resident college football casual up here,
C-Mac deserves more love.
There's another person up here that is
People
too.
forget C-Mac had 2,000 yards.
I'm so curious who you're thinking. I'm gonna go Saquon, obviously. Saquon, Bijan. I just like their complete skill set. And then Zeke, from my understanding of what he did in Ohio State, his dominance in that. I'm gonna go Zeke.
Okay.
In fairness, though, was Zeke dominant due to like that was just really a good offense? Like
No.
Oh, are we dominant?
Come on, Bama. He was dominant. Though. He was dominant.
But I mean, the offense was potent too. You had Mike Thomas on the outside. I mean,
Doesn't matter. They're not running the ball.
Spread like.
Bama, he averaged 7 yards a carry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They don't the ones running the ball.
He had 1,900 yards and averaged 7 yards a carry.
I mean, I'm just saying that offense.
And Christian McCaffrey, we sleep on Mr.
He's always been in a
2000 running back. We sleep on Christian McCaffrey because he was everything over there at Stanford.
Yeah, that's the difference.
All right. Let me move myself down so y'all can be seen. So if you had to do your next 4, 5, and 6, D-Mac, on this list.
Okay.
Is he talking?
I said there, Brian.
My bad. I would say Gurley.
No, Gurley's not there because he's 2015.
Well, I added to
Yeah, he's
2015.
on the list.
Oh, you added it. Oh, you son of a gun. I might have went Gurley top 3, but go ahead. We're good.
Yeah. I definitely didn't see Gurley. Shit.
Would you would put Gurley top 3 then?
No. It's cool. It's cool.
No, that's cool. Four is cool.
I would say Gurley.
I played against Gurley High School, but he means something different to me.
Gurley, C-Mac, and then Love, I think would be my next 3. Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, you got a type, but then you got Zeke at number 2. So you really respect.
That's because I think Zeke was a good pass catcher.
He really was.
He was just super oriented on just being insane on the ground. I thought Zeke, like pure running back wise, I think Zeke is above all these.
He used to be a screen monster. If you gave Zeke a screen, He used to be able to take that joint.
Zeke reminds you almost of something out of like the program, like the '90s. Like it didn't even feel like today's football. It felt like Bo Jackson and them with the crop top. Like it felt like '90s basketball. I mean '90s football.
That's how running back should be, bro.
Yeah, that's how running back used to. When you think about like the program and stuff like that, it reminds you like the '90s football.
All I'm saying is a problem. You need your running back to run all them routes.
Shout out to Butternose Ball too, because he was a really good guy. Like he is one of the cleanest pass protection backs that I've seen coming out of college as well. He was super solid as far as that was concerned.
Bama, what's your next three?
I'll probably say big girl.
Who?
What?
Who?
What?
Girl.
Todd Gurley.
Big girl.
Oh my gosh.
Big girl is crazy, bro.
What's up with the country today?
Smoking ass and big girl.
5 will be Zeke. And 6, man, I'm not gonna hate on little buddy, bro. Fuck that. Give me Ashton Genty. Like Ashton at my 6, bro. I'm not.
I looked at Melvin Gordon's stats. You think Genty's better than Gordon?
No, he was incredible.
Bro. Back then, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. All of them Wisconsin running backs did that joint. Monty Ball,
they always fell off though.
Exactly.
I think Taylor's the only one who's living up to the hype because Taylor was always trash.
Exactly early because you remember Monty Ball?
Monty Ball was
like 50-some touchdowns.
I thought he was gonna be the one. Didn't do nothing.
Yeah, Monty Ball got drafted to us and sucked.
Everybody.
Y'all had no Sean Marino too.
I didn't think he was gonna fall off like that.
No Sean was way better than Monty Ball.
I'm about to say I forgot how kind of iffy the rookie year went. He played all 16 games. He had 559 yards and 4 touchdowns.
What's the old boy name that played for the Chargers that sucked too? Ryan Matthews. Oh God.
He was just made of glass. Ryan Matthews and so he just made of glass early.
Him and Eckler were
early. What's your next 3 early?
I'm going.
No, I think Ryan Matthews played with Woodhead. I thought.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think didn't he also play with Eckler? I think he.
That was years ago, dog. That was like 2011. I feel like
he played with Woodhead.
I know he played.
Yeah, it was Danny, Big Danny out of Colorado. What's yours early?
I'm actually going C-Mac at my 4. I forgot what C-Mac was. I'm going C-Mac at my 4. I'm going Bijan at my 5. And then I'm going Todd Gurley at my 6.
Big girl. Say the name.
Big girl.
No one called him Big Girl. I told a story here. Hold up. I got real quick. I told a story here. We played against Todd Gurley in high school. He destroyed us. Todd, I never forget. Todd, couldn't nobody tackle Todd. Like, couldn't nobody tackle him. So we had a linebacker a safety on our team who was known to be hitting. Like, he couldn't get to Todd because, some of the angles like that. So he tearing everybody up. Man, y'all saw this and that. Y'all let him do this and that. And then, by third quarter, Todd Gurley had a play on him where he ran him over. And we on the bench, we quiet. Because it's like the seniors. So we quiet. He's on the bench. He go, my bad, John. I didn't. That boy a problem. He's like, yeah, we know. So yeah, Todd's a problem though. He was running through Todd Burrow in North Carolina, man. He was a problem.
No, Keyshawn, I definitely remember. Kenya, what's your next 3?
Gurley, C-Mac.
Say his name.
Whatever. Todd Gurley, Big Girl, whatever.
Big girl.
Gurley, C-Mac, and
Big hilarious.
We're here not making this a thing, please.
Yo, we like
Zeke will be 6.
All right. And Riddell?
Hey, Swiper, though, you was playing though. Danny Woodhead was a unit. For him to be 5'4",
no, he was crazy. He wasn't 5'4". He was bigger than you. He wasn't 5'4". He's taller than you. He wasn't 5'4".
Bro, relax.
He was
like 5'6", 5'7". He
like
that
the
short
worst
either.
version of Darren Sproles. Mine is let's go Todd. My favorite running back.
You want me to write Todd?
Todd.
Todd
sounded into your taxes. Call Todd. Did Todd finish the taxes?
His government name, Kenya.
Todd.
Put Todd on the list.
What's so crazy, buddy? Only like 29, ain't it? 28.
Yeah.
And he's still. Todd ain't been in the league in about 6 years, and he's still like top 5 in rushing TDs, dog. It's ridiculous, dog.
Big girl. Let's go, Lenny. I do respect that season Leonard Fournette has, and if we're talking about coming out of college, I do think it's. People also consider the size. Leonard Fournette was a big dude in the way he was running. So Leonard Fournette, and then
I'm hating. I got Zeke at top 5. What do y'all want from me?
Because of what you said.
Yeah, you kind of ruined it with that excuse. So
Shake my head.
I was just trying to see, bro. I was checking temperatures.
but he's always had a good offensive structure, though. So it's like you gotta have to judge him based off what he does. But I like C-Mac and Gurley better than him. Anyways.
I'll go my boy Genty.
Who? Genty?
Genty.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Ashton Genty.
You got
I think when he was doing Boise was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Your next three.
I know who's last, so
I hope we all agree on who's last. That'd be nice. Ooh.
Oh, there's four more. Okay.
Oh, you put Melvin Gordon up there?
Yeah, he's last.
Oh, we not. Come on, bro. There's too many names. We don't need Melvin to be there.
He was top 15 and he was 15th overall in 2015. I just added him.
I'll go.
This your next three, right?
Yeah, next.
There's only four names left, though. Aren't there?
We don't even care about Melvin Gordon. Next three.
Okay.
I don't care about Melvin. I thought you cared about stats early. 2,500.
Yeah, but every running back in that system ran the same stats. It's like nothing special.
We're taxing him. Team tax.
Bro, Gurley ran for 13,000.
I'll go Fournette.
Good for him.
Fournette,
didn't do
Genty, Gibbs, and then Gordon would be how I finish it off.
You said what, Bama? Gurley did what?
No, I was saying because we talk about high school, how Gurley was at high school. The comments, bro, Derrick Henry ran for 13,000 yards in high school, bro. I don't think people understand
it was
how crazy
that boy had a Hall of Fame career.
That was a 58-year-old record. That was a 58-year-old record that he broke. 58 years, bro.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Bama did. He ran against IRS agents.
Yeah, it was because I'm gonna keep it real. In 2A, ooh, boy, you can't tell me that little town, bro. You getting out of math. Eh? Yeah,
they literally he was the Hulk compared to them.
Oh my goodness.
But then he went to the pros and ran for 13,000 yards all time. So I mean, it tracks.
All right, what's your next three, Bama?
I'll probably say right here is where CMC right here. Then I'll give you because see, I don't want to be nasty, bro.
Do it. Be nasty, Bama. Be true.
Nah, I'm gonna be nasty, bro. Then I'm gonna go Jeremiah Love right here. Then I'm gonna go Gibbs.
Melvin Gordon getting slided.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it'd be nasty.
He had 420 yards in the game. Early.
I'm going Genty, Gibbs, and then I'm going Love, and then of course again Melvin was dope in college, but just shout out to Melvin though, because his career wasn't terrible.
So shout out to Gucci, man. Hey, come on, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Melvin.
All right, Kenya, your list.
I'm going Genty, Gibbs, Love, and Gordon.
Damn.
I think they sleeping on Love, Swiper.
I do too, but this is fine. These are all great players.
The guys above them.
They are really good running back prospects. That's certainly fair.
All right, Riddell, who you got? Up.
Gibbs will probably be last. I'm talking about out of college, respectfully, but I'm talking about ability.
He never had 1,000 yards.
CMC.
His best year was at Bama.
CMC, Love.
I'll put Christian for Riddell. Jeremiah.
Christian. Full Gubby.
Riddell got the political names. he's a congressman.
Mr. McCaffrey.
Jeremiah, Mr. Love. Mr. McCaffrey.
Okay, CMC, Love, Gibbs, Gordon.
Yeah. We know why Gore get a hard time because don't ever running back run for 2,500 yards in college. It's
right.
and don't go top 10.
Now this is the Bama question right here. Bama, are you ready, sir? I want you to rank these running backs by body.
Yo,
what?
College bodies.
What is going on?
What is wrong with him, man?
Who had the best running back body?
Zeke. Respectfully, Zeke.
No,
Who has the best
it's
size, man?
Zeke has 19 abs, man.
No,
Zeke abs ran.
It's
They
definitely
ran as long as a highway.
it's
Jinty or
Melvin.
Saquon? It's Jinty.
No, it's Melvin. Melvin was built like a brick house, bro.
Did you see Zeke's abs?
It's the Lord's Day.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't see that.
Y'all are crazy.
I did.
Hey, somebody.
You know what? You know why y'all being funny.
Robert Turman.
You know why y'all being funny because all of us who play football, we know everybody on our team had the body of a god, and we treated it like we all had the Greek god guy, like the Josh Gordon guy. Everybody had the guy.
Sean Oakman.
Yeah, everybody had that guy. For me, it was Monty Hood. Monty Hood was 6'1", 215 pounds, and looked like he was 28, but he was 17.
Like that Texas A&M player that had interviewed, they was like, "There's no way, buddy." Was
Now
born
look,
in 2000.
hold up, Monty Hood. Now,
What are you about to say?
Monty Hood for my school slept with a teacher's wife. That's
Yo,
what he was.
Why are you out this man's business like that?
That's how amazing he looked.
Are you insane? My goodness.
I'm sorry.
Early is out of pocket.
And he was one of my coaches. Imagine that, having to coach a guy.
Let's get through the rest of this list where early starts out in other people's business, apparently.
Oh boy.
Let me ask y'all. So just quickly, DMAC, because I want to make sure we highlight a lot more of these games. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Kansas City Chiefs 20-12. Now, Justin Fields did get a little bit of time. It wasn't anything crazy at all, obviously, but he ended up playing. I don't know why Bama put this up there.
No, that was me. That was for
That was you,
comment
$3
earlier.
$3.
Yeah.
Shout the $3. So the Chiefs lost. Rams won. Ty Simpson was 20-25 for 190 yards and 2 tubs. How did the game go? What'd you like? What did you see, DMAC?
I'll say this. I mean, Ty Simpson was efficient. And actually, this is something that
super efficient.
You might be able to put this on there. You could do that. Throw that up there.
22 or 26.
This is the entirety of what the game was like.
22 for 25.
It was just a whole bunch of. Oh, I don't know where.
Because we don't want to get.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. Yeah, my fault. My fault.
Man, we can't show nothing.
No, but you can.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was saying Ty went 22 for 25, so he wouldn't get charges pressed on him by Jay Daniels.
Oh.
He had to only miss 4. He would have got 5.
Oh my god.
He would have been in trouble.
No, we can. We can't. We can.
I thought we could show all 22. I didn't know. My bad.
No, you can show individual like.
Yeah, we can't show the clip.
It's the stills you can. Yeah,
I mean, I would just because I just want to. I'll have to call.
But what it was going to show was just a play action pass. It was a whole lot of boot action that Ty Simpson was doing very well. Our defense was not handling well at all. It was disgusting to watch, to be honest with you. They ran the ball a lot. From the Rams side, I thought Jarquez Hunter had himself a solid enough game in that aspect as well.
You talking about game for game? Can we talk about game for game? Are we naming our players that we?
I was just mentioning that because Swiper asked, and then the Chiefs, Mason Thomas, I thought had some solid snaps, and then Cyrus Allen, I thought had some solid snaps as well.
And that don't look like a wasted first round pick, do it?
No, it still does. It still does. But
yeah, it still does. We'll see.
He played better than any of the rookie quarterbacks.
He played versus third stringers.
Yeah.
How about that?
By the way, I also had a good piece in the game.
As somebody that watched every single snap and also watched every snap that Fernando Mendoza took as well, I'll be honest, I only saw a little bit about Drew Allar as well. He wasn't all that impressive from Ty Simpson because, again, it just looked like a whole bunch of play action passes that were very much open. There wasn't a lot of, straight drop back. You're going through multiple reads. We're finding guys from that perspective. It's not to say that you can't do it. Don't say they won't show it. I'm just telling you what I watched on Sunday or yesterday as far as what the tape showed. Again, that's just my evaluation of what I watched. I'm not trying to shoot on the
You know who did it? Okay, I'll wait my turn.
No, that's all I was going to say. But I will give a shout out, Emmett Johnson.
I was about to say,
he was my running back 3 as far as the draft was concerned. I thought that he had a really nice debut and enjoyed watching.
Yeah, who I did. He's a part of my list of guys that I look out for. Emmett Johnson, not only just in this game, but coming out of the draft. First of all, he led all backs in broke tackles, 68 as far as draft eligible backs. He was second all time in the school history in Nebraska for catches of the season. The boy, again, 5'10", 202 pounds. He reminds me a lot of Emmitt Smith, to where his contact balance is so elite. Not the fastest guy, but you saw more aggressive running in the preseason game, like family behind him. But like, he could be a guy for y'all, man. Again, one of the better receiving backs in this draft. So shout out to Sammy Johnson. He's one of my guys. I like him.
I liked him a lot. I thought that he was a day 2 talent. The fact that we got him in the 5th was awesome to me. I think that he should be the primary backup to spell Kenneth Walker, and I like that as a combination. We can work DeMarcado in as far as the third down stuff a little bit. Some Rashard Smith gadget snaps if they want to.
Great receiver, man.
He looked like he was as advertised for what I wanted to see out of him. Like you said, making some guys miss, very comfortable catching the ball out of the backfield as well. He's not a guy where I feel like I'm putting.
I did my research.
I got to silo things as far as that is concerned too. So I liked what I saw to Emmett for sure. Pretty much.
If you didn't know about it, he looks like the starting back of your team. Like if you didn't know,
well, I tell you this right now, he would have easily been the starting back of our team the last 2 years. I would have killed to have him the last 2 years for sure. So I'm very happy with what he will provide for us for sure. And this was a nice glimpse.
I'm looking at this guy now. He does impress me. I will say I kind of co-sign what D-Mac was saying. Looking at Ty Simpson. Very simple reads. He does compared to Mendoza, he wasn't really scanning the field much. He's like, oh, this is my guy. I'm probably just going to throw it to that guy. That kind of simplistic, style is always concerning in the NFL, of course. But he's just a rookie, so he has plenty of time. Hey man, Cyrus Allen does look good.
Bro, I'm starting to think y'all don't watch the game because he had a read where he went through 4 or 5 reads and dumped it down to Dean Connors, bro. Don't do that. What game was y'all watching? I watched the game too. Anything can happen. I went to school for this shit, though. I forgot, bro. People can see what I see, but they don't see what I see. Y'all be killing me, bro.
Hey,
when I'm talking,
it was some play action there, but he was.
I'm just talking about in totality.
He was going through his reads. One thing about Ty Simpson, the reason why they liked him, he cycles through his reads very quick. So don't sit there like, oh, he wasn't going through his reads. He goes through his reads. They literally showed several times.
Everybody let them cook. Let them cook. Everybody cook.
Boom. Sorry. We dissect the shit quick. That's the problem that they had with Justin Fields. You hold the ball too long. What you want the quarterback to show you?
Bama, let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
That's what Mendoza was showing you. That's why I look promising. These dudes can get rid of the ball quick. I don't want no quarterback just back there looking lost like Anthony Richardson and Justin Fields. Get rid of it quick. I want it to look simple because football is simple. I don't want it to be hard out there.
No, it's not.
When you make it too hard, that's when we over here. That's when we look trash. You making it too hard. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what it's really known for. You don't keep it simple. This dude open, throw it to him. That dude open, throw it to him. Because when you have to cycle through all them reads, that means everybody getting locked up. I don't want a quarterback that got to sit there and do this all the time. Why y'all getting locked up? Get rid of it. We playing darts out here. Bam, 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 bam. Get rid of it quick. Like, what's the issue? It looked very good. He was surgical for the stuff he was having. He didn't look bad out there. It looked like he could take heat of a good team, and he'll be okay, bro. Like he'll be okay. Like,
I said he was a rookie.
Speaking of Alabama quarterbacks, how did Tua play to you, Bama?
Tua was done ever since Mississippi State.
Let's stay on the game, and then we can get to the other game.
Tua was done since Mississippi State. But we talking about promising rookies. My boy Cameron Brown, receive over there with Dallas. He looking like he's going to be receiver too, because you know what I'm saying. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb not going to stay together for too long, especially after they win the Super Bowl.
One of them leave.
Yeah, one of them finna leave. George Pickens and
win the Super Bowl.
They win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, they probably gonna win it this year.
Is that your actual pick?
That's Ben's actual pick.
It's probably going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Have y'all seen Aaron Donald play working out? No,
I don't care nothing about that, bro. Have you seen Caleb Downs? When the Caleb Downs got that defense looking like that?
He did look good. Caleb Downs did look good.
Shout out Ty Simpson. I said he's a rookie. This preseason game, third stringers. Exactly. I think the conversation
there were no multiple reads that led to chunk plays. Shout out to the dump down.
Exactly. Like
and Bam was getting him and Hall about it, but that is the fact.
He did his job.
Him and Hall.
Quarterback.
You drafted
You drafted Ty Simpson in what, top 15?
Even
top
13.
12, right? What was it, like 11, 12?
Yeah,
13,
so like,
13,
a quarterback
13.
like that, you kind of want more than that, unless you want to get someone sending the chat another JJ McCarthy. But
I just think he did his job.
To each their own. To each their own.
JJ
I was
McCarthy-
gonna
Can you post that butternose ball comment about Todd Simpson?
Do you guys have any question marks about why he's playing behind Stetson Bennett?
Who?
Ty Simpson.
growing his confidence.
Todd
Maybe?
Simpson, no, JJ McCarthy.
No, I don't really think that's much of an
Bennett is a
issue.
little bit more
Sorry.
experienced.
Bama, do you have? I'm sorry, I was very vague. Bama, do you have any comments about why he's playing behind Stetson Bennett?
Oh,
Nope.
Okay,
no.
we can go on.
I wouldn't either personally, Bama, like given week 1 of preseason. Some other games to highlight. The Chargers beat the Houston Texans to start off the season. Trey Lance had 164, had an interception, made some good plays though. How do you say this last name? D-Mac? Is it DJ Galea?
Yeah.
I'm
Uyangale.
because he was.
Uyangale.
Yeah,
I know that ain't who I think it is.
He was my
It
quarterback,
is,
remember?
It is.
Remember how
It is.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
he was
He
my
got a
quarterback.
tryout. Wow.
He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
That I would say that
He
Chargers
kept
quarterback
DJ
was
kept
something
switching schools, hoping to find a better place somewhere. Like it was hilarious. Like
Listen.
he would fail now. I go
It
somewhere
go
else.
TJ
Start a new name.
Finley, DJ Ungululele. TJ Finley, right there. Right there. Can you believe coming out of high school, like we thought like he was the one. Like he was college football was his. He was the Thanos. That boy, how that faded real quick.
Dabble had him on that private jet, man, flying him over
my
Clemson.
That
God.
man played in 4 schools in 4
It
years,
was
man.
one of
4
the
or 5
highlight
years, man.
reels. It just
That man
kicked
was
the
switching
field
schools like
goal.
Hey, he
brawls,
just thought it was
trying
going
to
to
start
go
a
from
new name
T-ball
for
to
himself.
DJ, and he was like, "Man, Dabo doing it. Dabo doing it."
I didn't realize I was going to elicit so many emotions by reading that off. But shout out to the Chargers. The Tennessee Titans.
Go ahead.
The Tennessee Titans beat the San Francisco 49ers 19-13. Cam Ward 5 of 12 for 57 yards. Tajay Spears had 4 carries, 8.8 yards a carry.
Damn, look, oof.
Julius Chestnut 5 carries for 47 yards. Shout out to Nicholas Singleton, another 4th round pick that I think is going to be a good player. He had 8 carries for 31 yards in this game. Tony Pollard 4 for 22. Wan'Dale Robinson had 2 catches for 19 yards. I'm sure no one up here likes him. Deshaun Stribling, shout out to him for
That's
the
not true.
49ers.
He tagged me one trip post.
That Titans offense struggled in general.
Yeah, Deshaun Stribling.
Cam Ward,
when
boy.
did they picked him in the second round?
Yeah, the second round. That was the first pick of the second round, I think.
Yep, 7 receptions for 63 yards to start off his
Ward
career.
was good. I think he could be a decent backup in the league. He was sneaky fast too. That
the Titans gonna suck for a long time.
Yeah, they. He totally outplayed Cam Ward. I was really disgusted by Cam Ward's performance, but Curtis Ward was sneaky athletic. The way he almost got sacked, like he ran away from the sack and then he took it like 14 yards down the field. That was good. Unfortunately, he got like a rib injury, so I hope he's okay. I hope
Ken, we need you to talk more because every time we actually go play-by-play stuff, you got good things to say. I suppose somebody up here going on tangents about how Genty's going to be an all-time bust because his offensive line sucks, but never brings that up. But shout out to you, Kenny, for being the MVP of the show per usual. The Titans get another win. To move on to the rest of these games, Cincinnati, your team, 16-14 for the Detroit Lions. Not a lot of starter minutes, but Josh Johnson was 10 of 9. Joe Burrow was 5 of 6 for 39 yards. Chase Brown 5 for 16 yards. Kendall Milton 9 carries for 21 yards in this game. Todd Brooks had 4 carries. On the other side for Detroit, Jacob Sailors had 8 carries for 55 yards. 5 carries for 33 yards as well. And then from the receiving end, I think did we get multiple drop balls from Tesla?
There was multiple drop balls from everybody though, because the rain and the ball was slippery.
That's known for his hands.
Literally, we fumbled the ball, then the Lions got it back, then they fumbled it, and then we got it right back in the red zone. So that was the game we had. Kobe Young, by the way, standout wide receiver on our team. Kobe Young, he's has that T. Higgins like body frame with the long ass arms. He was great in that game.
Yeah.
The one
I have a thing. I like my wide receivers tall. I don't know why. I just do.
You like tall guys, I'll get you.
I just like my wide receivers to be tall. Who can catch anything? I don't care about the round running at the end of the day.
And to prove his worth, Jamar Chase did have 1 catch for 16 yards in this game as well.
On a very nice play action dig that was good to see from both of those guys.
He can't help himself. He can't help. He got to play on the field. He got to play.
The Tesla interception, I would say, was a little high, but it wasn't. I would still classify it as a drop, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
The Bengals defense was good too. Good backups, whatever. I thought they were pretty solid in the game. Jordan Howard had a pretty good game.
Remember when Josh Dobbs was gonna get he was QB1 for like 4 weeks with the Vikings, and then
the pass.
And he went to the Cardinals too.
Yeah, it lit up the Cowboys. I think it was backwards. He was at the Cardinals first, and then he went to the
Vikings. And they loved him.
They loved him. They had a whole documentary, one game. Like I was like, really? And then he fell off. And then Jameis Winston. Didn't Jameis Winston play for the Vikings or no?
No,
that was
the Saints. That was the Saints. I think he was on the Saints that year.
Well, and then to move on, we had a draw. Everyone in the preseason, the Colts and the Patriots played. Shout out to Anthony Richardson, 11 of 14 for 145 yards. Did have an interception in this game. Riley Leonard, 10 of 21 for 89 yards. Tommy DeVito on the other end, 13 of 22 for 138 yards. And then Benrin Morton had 7 of 13 for 66 yards. Jam Miller, Bama's guy, 14 carries for 55 yards. Anthony Richardson did run for 6 carries for 53 yards, which is interesting for being the 5th overall pick in a preseason. Go ahead.
He's just showing his talent for another team.
Yep. And then Kyle Williams is one of my favorite receivers for the New England Patriots. Had 2 catches for 37 yards. Matt Collins 2 for 24. And then Kobe Princeton had 3 for 40. Will Mallory for the Colts had 6 for 80 yards in this game. Shout out to him. Anything in particular, anyone in particular about this game that stood out to you?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was a boring game. I didn't tune into it like the whole game like I did some of these other ones. And then the first game,
I'll be betting.
Well, we know you be betting. First game of Friday was actually the Denver Broncos versus the Atlanta Falcons, as early brought up earlier. Jarrett Stidham, 9 of 15 for 131 in the tub. Sam Ehlinger, 10 of 14 for 67 yards. Cooper Rush, 7 of 19 for the Atlanta Falcons for 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 to Jahdae Barron. And then Tua Tagovailoa had 3 of 5 for 22 yards, had a lot of pressure he was facing as well. And then for the rushing, Cameron Ross had a carry, a jet sweep for 28 yards. Jaleel McLaughlin, who's currently 4th on the depth chart right now, had 6 carries for 24 yards, but had another fumble. So it might be curtain closing time for him in his time with Denver. RJ was 5 for 16 yards. But then the dude I did a video on, Jonah Coleman, was 4 for 24 yards with some absolutely dynamic running through and running over and bowling through people. And then receivers, go ahead.
I was going to say that Michael Penix tool, that meme where he's pointing at him when he's sitting down. Every time Tua does a pick, every time he loses the game, they're going to troll him with that meme. God, I hate that happens, but it was atrocious. It was atrocious.
Hey, I was impressed by Jonah Coleman as well, but I will see there is going to be some generational tanking that is going to be happening in Atlanta this year.
You think so?
I think they are set up to have a really.
Is it JPJ out for like 8 games?
We all think
everything that's
for Manning. You think?
What for anybody? We all think that the Dolphins are going to be extremely bad. Obviously, the Browns are going to be bad. Like the Jets, going to be bad. I'm telling you, like that team right there are set up for it. I think their offensive line is slipping a little bit. Their edge rushers that they spend all that draft capital on, one of them is gone for the season. One of them is going to be gone for a significant portion of the season. Even though their linebackers are just non-existent, they don't have a second level of the defense as far as I'm concerned. They still have the Terrell brothers, and I think that'll be useful. Obviously, Bates is still a really good player. Yeah, I think it's going to be a struggle for them this year, to be honest with you. And quarterback
James Pierce is out for like 10 games, right? Or 8 games.
8.
Yeah.
He couldn't be playing at all, but we don't have to go there. I cannot wait to go to the Madrid game. I cannot wait for that game. My team is it's gonna be a great game for me.
They going to Madrid?
Yes, I'm going to Madrid. I cannot wait.
I can't wait to go to the Chiefs.
I get a certified W. I'm going to win finally. I've seen the Bengals twice, and they've lost in both games. So at least I know I'm going to leave with a win this time.
Though they just re-signed 3 of their offensive players to massive deals, so it feels like the players want to be competitive. But to your point, the quarterback situation, the defense situation,
it could be for the next quarterback. Those guys will be there and ready to go.
I would give Penix one more chance, 1 more year, and then they still have good offensive pieces.
But this is how I know, Riddell. This is why narratives are so bad. I don't care what nobody said. Penix. They could have drafted Bo at 8 and been in a way better situation than they are right now. But they went over, and Penix was coming off injury, by the way, so it wasn't just like a clean draft of Penix. It was
but he had a better last season of college though.
Yeah, like he was really good in Washington.
No, but Bo was also like really good.
No,
too.
he was
now,
good.
But
he was really good at Oregon.
I said Bo was awesome in Oregon.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but I'm saying the last year specifically was the
Penix was up. I mean, they're all up for the Heisman. Bo was 45 touchdowns and 3 interceptions that year at Oregon, but Penix was also really good. But Penix come off the injuries.
I said Bo was guarding teams.
In college football.
Bo was guarding teams.
Penix, and it's tough to say Bo Nix they would be in a better situation because at the end of the day, this entire thing was this was a circumstance of that could have been like foreseen with the Kirk Cousins getting the big contracts to come to the team, the battle between him and Penix being older. Like the same stuff would have happened. Like Bo would be better, but it would still be like a messy situation with
if Bo yeah, but I think if Bo was throwing to like Drake and Kyle and had Bijan, though, I do think they would be substantially better. But I understand
that would be the best weapons. He'd have better weapons in Atlanta than he does at Broncos.
There's a lot of context
Penix
on
to me,
why
I think
Atlanta
Penix to me doesn't make like he's a lot of people complain about Caleb Williams. Penix to me, like he don't make the simple plays a lot. Like I think his progression.
He's a big game hunter. He's a big game.
Yeah, hunter. He's his big game, his progression, things of that nature. Like he just Penix. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's going to be, but
Bo is clearly a better quarterback. But I think what you would gain as far as the talent difference and the weapons, you would lose significantly as far as the offensive line in the system. And I think that trade off would still have an issue.
Yeah,
but I think Bo could make that.
I'm saying Bo would obviously still put them in a better position as a quarterback. I'm just saying there's a trade off there that still exists.
Because I think even with the old line and shit, I think Penix sucks.
That's assuming that Bo could overcome that structure, that team over there with the Falcons. Because I don't know about y'all, I remember Bo at Auburn. Horrible when he went against Justin Herbert. Horrible at Auburn. He goes to Oregon, a team that has more structure. Yeah, he went 9 for 23. Kenya, like
no, but I know. And
the only reason that happened because Justin Herbert threw a ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on him.
Yeah, he does what Justin Herbert does.
I'm about to say, tell like Justin Herbert to me.
Yeah.
But I do think Oregon had a lot more structure. Hold on. Oregon had a lot more structure when he went over there, so he looked a lot more competent because you there with a Dan Lanning, offensive friendly.
It's a quick offense, it's quick timing. It's quick.
You really ain't just got to sit there and make plays how it was over there at Auburn. They was waiting on him to make the plays, be a Cam Newton. Boy, that never came. All right, so now he goes to the Broncos. Yes, they might have a lack of a weapon swiper. Little Jordan Humphrey, you love pointing to him, but he seems to end up getting contracts every year. But all right, he has Sean Payton. Sean Payton is one of the greatest offensive line. We already talked about him. How y'all say, hey, Drew Brees had Sean Payton. That's why he was able to put up
another quick pass quarterback.
So another coach that knows how to keep the quarterback from being his own worst enemy. Now you go over there with Raheem Morris.
Ooh, I agree with that.
Raheem Morris is the reason why we only have like 3 black quarterbacks in the field, dog. Exactly. Guys like that be making it hard for black quarterbacks, man.
Now we'll have
you mean coaches?
Yeah, coaches.
And it's not Raheem Morris's fault in any way, shape, and form. By the way,
no, he wasn't a good coach, bro.
No, he was not a good coach.
He was great.
It don't help when you bad.
He was great when he was the interim there, and then the situation changed, and then he came back. He never should have left in the first place. He should have got the job after the interim.
Yeah, they gave him the job, and then you go draft Michael Penix.
For the Bucs,
you go draft Michael Penix.
He has a history of being a bad coach.
No, we're rewriting history. Raheem Morris was really good as the interim head coach, and then he left. And then they brought him back years later, and the situation, everything changed. And then including he wasn't good. So I think Raheem was good in the first stint, and then he went over. Did he go to the Rams? Is that where he was right before this? And then he came back over to the Falcons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they also just drafted the wrong quarterback. Like this is also the other thing too. Like if you keep missing a quarterback, and then he went and got Tua. For whatever reason, they decided to add Tua to the room.
You gave Kirk Cousins a boatload of money, and then you drafted Penix. You didn't even have to draft Penix there. You didn't have to do that.
They brought in Kirk. They drafted Penix. They got no edge rushers for multiple years until the year after Kirk left. And it was like, we finally got edge rushers. Now they don't have edge rushers again, which is actually not really.
No, remember that one guy Judon thinking he was going to be an end all be all. Thought Judon was going to be a big difference maker.
Yeah, the Raheem Morris was not.
They got sneaky edge rushers. Harold Perkins, y'all watch out for him.
I mean, this is why I think the Falcons will be better than DMAC is saying. I do think they have certain pieces that they can rely on, especially when you compare it to the Dolphins. The Dolphins are trash.
Yeah, I won't disagree. Like I think that they easily could have a better record than those guys. I'm just saying we're gonna get to the end of the season, they can be like, "Yo, this is a 3-win, 4-win team."
But their division is
also bad.
Like they could get 4 to 5 to 6.
But the Falcons division is actually pretty good.
As bad as I think the Falcons are, or I should say, as bad as I think the division overall is, especially in comparison to the rest of the National Football League, I just think the Panthers, Bucks, and Saints are significantly a better football team than the Falcons.
Oh.
And again, Raheem Morris even for the Bucks. Raheem Morris even for the Bucks. He went 3-13 one year, 4-12 another year. Like he was not a good coach, bro. Respect for Raheem Morris.
They also just weren't good.
Yeah, everywhere you go, they ain't good. Apparently, okay, you're right.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
That was a very nasty team. But
he went 10-6 in 2010 though. So,
but on the other side though, with the Broncos, they're just super deep everywhere, and they're going to be really good again.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I'm talking about the games, brother. I mean, would you like to go?
No. So
their wide receiver core obviously is good. They played under snap more than they did almost like from a possession wise than they did at all the last year. They obviously have a brand new OC who's 31 years old and played quarterback in the league. And funny enough, played with Evan Ingram with the Giants, which I completely.
Who's the OC?
Davis Webb.
What do you say?
Who's the OC?
Davis Webb, I think. Right?
Yeah, Davis Webb. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's 31 years old. He was
name.
drafted in the same year as Evan Ingram, I believe, in the 3rd round for the Giants, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that name. Yeah.
But they're going to be under center a lot. The defense looked incredible. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be contending for a Super Bowl again this year. And then the next game we got coming up here, we got Tampa Bay versus the New York Jets. Anybody watch that game?
Yeah.
I saw a little bit as far as the David Bailey sense were concerned.
I was just about to say I watched David Bailey.
Hey, quick question. How young can a coach be until y'all think the team don't have respect for him? 31 is young.
How old is Mike McDaniel?
McVay was 29, right? 31. He was 31. McVay was 31.
How old is Mike McDaniel?
I don't know, Mike Day. He's like a kid though.
He was young too.
Mike McDonald or Daniel?
No, McDaniel.
Yeah, he was in his 30s. Mike McDonald is 39 right now.
Okay,
so like
they
he got
lost
the job
Mike McDaniel real quick.
It's about demanding respect, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he was too playful though. McDaniel was too
playful. I don't think Mike necessarily was. Well, to an extent, I think that there was a lot of issues with the way the Dolphins were built, and unfortunately, he had to inherit Tua as a part of the way that they were built. But to answer your question, Bamba, it's about demanding respect. We've all been around 25-year-olds that carry themselves a certain way in which you just understand that they're more mature than 35-year-olds that carry
D-Mac got an afro of a 50-year-old man. He's 29, so like
it's just afro. In my opinion, I think it's just about the way that you carry yourself. If you could be 30 and demand a lot more respect than a 60.
Mike Tomlin was 37, I want to say.
Yeah, and I don't know how old.
35, 36.
The way, and this is going to feel a little targeted, but the way that Brian Daboll carries himself, and I think he's like 39, 40.
Brian Daboll?
Like yeah, I don't know how old he is.
No, he ain't no 30. He's old, man.
Right, yeah. But the way that he carries himself does not purport himself as a head coach, because
our coach too, Dave Canales is young.
He doesn't carry himself
like a head coach. What do you think 30 is, D-Mac?
I didn't know how old the dude was. Okay, I wasn't trying to disrespect.
D-Mac in his 30s though, right? Actually, in 30s, D-Mac or no?
No, I'm 28.
He just acts like he's in his 30s.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You act like a nigga who's like 30.
But not in a good way though. D-Mac acts in the 30s.
He sounds like a teacher. He sounds like a teacher.
But as soon as D-Mac gets emotional, he's in college again though. Like that's the difference.
Hey, if D-Mac wants to get a point across, he will talk you through.
He'll keep talking. He'll keep talking. D-Mac, do you have siblings?
I promise you. Huh?
You have siblings?
Yeah, I got a little sister.
So I've never seen you without a hat, neither, D-Mac.
Now D-Mac has that energy. Now you could D-Mac, if you were in Atlanta, you could be on the Bad Girls Club right now because you act the same way. You could talk straight through a point, no matter what nobody's saying.
He's the only one I know in my I don't maybe another person, but like D-Mac can literally, if he want to talk and you over talk him, he will just keep talking. It don't matter. Like, he'll just keep talking. He'll talk with somebody and like, I'm gonna get myself.
I'll do it back to D-Mac and facts and stats like when we argue Chiefs versus Broncos.
Y'all done it last week. It pissed me off.
We'll overlap. It's gonna be like we're playing a record at the same time because I'm not gonna stop. Matter of fact, I'm a mute and not hear D-Mac. That's how we gonna do this.
I heard that we've done that before too. Like, all that being said, I'm just saying it's about how you carry yourself. Because what you saw last year, in my opinion, from Brian Daboll, the way he was acting was like a guy that was trying to hold on to his job, and I think that affected the way the team viewed him and really respected him. So it doesn't matter how old or young you are. It's about when you walk in the room, are you demanding respect or not? That's really what it comes down to.
Speaking of respect, real quick, I just want to get a gauge on you guys. Do we think that NFC South and the AFC North are anywhere comparable when it comes to competitiveness and those divisions?
I think so. NFC South going to be pretty competitive.
We talking about in general for the last couple of years, though. Who we think has been more competitive, AFC North or NFC South?
The AFC North.
AFC North, very clear.
AFC North is like way better quarterbacks for one.
I mean, just based off history alone, they are just an overall better.
What type of conversation?
So in the
you don't even want to get started.
Early brought it up. So we're gonna say that in Facts and Stats, we had a conversation about competitiveness within the divisions this upcoming season. I don't know why I early talked about the last few years. It's not what the conversation was about.
We brought the last few years too, though.
Well, I'm just saying it was about competitiveness going into this upcoming season, and then we talked about, hey, is the AFC North still a premier division? And then we ranked the divisions, and they came outside the top 5 or top 4, I should say. That's all I'm going to say as far as that conversation was concerned.
It was a conversation we had to actually have because there was a certain lady who's not as civilized as you, Kenya, that was a fan of the Saints, and she wanted to compare the Saints.
Ari?
She's very civilized.
She wanted to compare the Saints to the.
But don't let Ari hear that from Houston. Ari hear that, and then she's going to turn into a whole show.
Apparently, the Saints and the Steelers.
Yeah, I was about to say
are comparable.
No, they're not.
Yeah, we know.
Hold on, time out.
Wait, the current team.
Early is doing it. Stephen A. Smith trying to put black women against each other.
He's misrepresenting.
Still better than the
It was about.
I would love to hear you argue Bengals and Steelers with her.
It was about the Saints and Steelers last year specifically about it because the Saints bad team. About the Steelers actually being a worthwhile team. I understand they're competitive. I'm sorry, they just weren't a good team to me.
Well, last year I can hear you, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why I agree, Kenya. That's why
I'm sorry, Kenya. How can you hear them?
Specifically, that's why I'm telling you early is misrepresenting the conversation because it was specifically about last year. That's why.
But how can you hear her, Kenya, when the Saints literally, as bad as you want to say the Steelers were, they still won 4 or 5 more games than them. The Saints were ass last year compared to the Steelers.
Okay, but just when it comes to the offense, when it comes to the overall team, I think the Saints were just a little bit more of a balanced team last year than the Steelers were. That's the difference. The Steelers' offense was horrible. I don't care what anybody says. Their defense was getting clipped every other Sunday.
But even with that, as a Cincinnati Bengals fan, would you have rather played the Saints twice or the Steelers twice?
The Saints.
Oh, okay.
Which
early,
was not the point of who was better. It was just simply that they were in the same realm as far as that was concerned.
But you have to understand that when we don't play very well against the Steelers anyway.
Left cheek, right cheek. Like, I mean.
But that was kind of the point, Bama, as well. That the Saints bad team, but Steelers were not a good team either. So that was the point that we
and also
bad in different ways.
Also George Pickens and Amon St. Brown. Amon St. Brown apparently clears George Pickens, and George Pickens is a one-hit wonder.
I ain't gonna say he clear.
Not a one-hit wonder.
We know.
No, man, hold on. I'm taking over. No, because early does the most talking when it comes to, I want to make sure we're giving flowers and do the Frank Gore. You are the worst when it comes to narrative. You just try to.
No, I love Amon St. Brown.
I'm about to. You all and everybody else. You and everybody else. I'm dropping everybody. Everybody getting dropped. Could early. Early is the worst person, y'all, when it comes to narratives. He just tried to say George Pickens is a one-hit wonder, like he wasn't already good. And then the whole issue, and D-Mac can attest to this, the whole reason why people thought he was mid could have his quarterbacks. Because he had tiny hands throwing him the football. And so then all of a sudden, Kenya, he literally turns into who? An all-pro wide receiver was the best receiver on his team, finally gets good quarterback play. And guess what? Kenya, D-Mac, Riddell, my citizens of good earth, and not that alien and early. He's going to have another elite season and another all-pro level season because he got Dak Prescott. And then Early's going to be up here doing what, D-Mac? Magic City and clapping and twerking when he has another great year. And then he's going to be sitting here making more excuses and whatnot for him. Early, we see you. You are a disgusting human being. And when you come back up here, you make sure you put respect on George Pickens' name, and you admit that you be out here throwing flags when you don't need to throw flags at all. Show respect. Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields, Kenny Smith.
Russell Wilson, Justin Fields.
So
it's
hey, D-Mac, were you there, D-Mac?
I was not here for this conversation.
Here's where you're loud and wrong. I was team George Pickens. Everything you said, I was saying. Jordan Woods, who I think is a fucking idiot, we were having the I'll tell Jordan he's an idiot in person. I think he's an idiot. We had a conversation, Swiper, about how I was talking about. I said, because Jordan Woods said he's a one-hit wonder. A lot of them would say he's a one-hit wonder. I was like, y'all don't watch football. I said, if y'all knew anything about George Pickens, he's put up 1,000-yard seasons in Pittsburgh with nothing out there. They wanted to argue about how great Amon St. Brown was, and I said, well, look what he had around him with Jahmyr Gibbs and Laporta and the O-line and what would happen if George Pickens played for him. That was actually the argument. I was fighting for my life for George Pickens, and I said George Pickens is a top 3 yak guy in the NFL. They will argue about Puka because of again, and facts and stats. I get it. It's called facts and stats. We talk about stats. Puka led the league in yak. We don't watch football games to know that George Pickens is one of the best yak guys in the NFL.
Can I take a time out? I was not privy to this conversation, so I have no clue. Early is actually properly representing what the actual argument was. I have no clue as far as that is concerned.
The argument with George Pickens.
Time out. Can we just?
And then when you get emotional, they want to cut you off.
Can we allow people to please?
Sound like somebody I know working the White House.
We don't need to rehash conversations when people are not here to defend themselves. We could just keep it productive handle here.
That's very mature of you.
2 times he's brought up people's name that can't defend themselves.
Please keep it
black people, by the way.
Here's my thing, though. I hope they watch this. I hope they watch. Here's my problem, though. I hope they watch this. I offered them to come on not only my pod, Trent pod. Here's my thing, though, because one thing about Earl, I'm from Southeast DC.
You're talking about third person, Kenya.
Let me. One thing about Early Cofield, I'm from Southeast DC. I come from the trenches of America. Okay, I go in anybody's neighborhood, anybody's town, and anybody's city. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. I argue, and D-Mac will say this. I will argue 50 verse 1 about my point. That's who I am as a person. Certain people, when you don't leave your home, you don't leave your state, you have a comfort system, you have your way of basketball.
Who are you referencing?
And again, this ain't just because they're my guys. I really love them actually. But we talking about in general. People that talk basketball, people that talk football, we talk in general. When you only stay in your bubble, then you don't step outside your bubble to argue with people. And again, I will argue this with y'all. I told Trent this with his guys, and I'll argue guys. When it comes to football knowledge, y'all are some of the more respected people that I know, and D-Mac on top of that. As far as football knowledge, I will take a lot of y'all over a lot of people. And we had to argue football versus some of the best. We talking about some of the best football knowledge guys, the basketball knowledge guys. I would take y'all. I promise you that. I respect Riddell's knowledge when it comes to football. I respect Kenya's knowledge. I respect D-Mac knowledge. I respect Bama. I'm doing it to hype us up to say we swiping a lot of people in a lot of places. I'm talking about we running through them. Period. When you bringing up stats and things of that nature, that's cool. But again, I've been a George Pickens guy my whole life. You
called Wan'Dale Robinson a bum. I do that. And then he always does it. Every time he does it, every time he's wrong, he just does this. I just was saying it. He literally, we went number for number, by the way. I think it was Odell Beckham Jr., whoever it was. Man, I can't remember who it was. And we went through, look at me, Early. You ain't busy. You ain't got no dog. You ain't got no cat. Stop looking down. Early! We went yards per catch. It was the same damn thing as Wan'Dale Robinson early, and then he just changed the argument.
For who though?
It was like Odell Beckham Jr. or something. Like we went to another name.
Odell.
We went to another name.
It was Washington. Wasn't it Parker Washington?
Parker had way more, and we didn't.
No, it wasn't that. It was somebody else. It was somebody else that played. But early, he didn't want to use the Tommy DeVito tax. He played with Tommy DeVito, and early wouldn't want to give him any grace at all.
Washington was better than Wan'Dale Robinson.
That's where it started. But then But
we
then
had
we went.
brought up that 1 year Christian McCaffrey had like 100 receptions for like 600 yards and early
did.
like dismissed it because
It's a running back.
We're
moving past that.
The whole thing was Wan'Dale Robinson had 200.
We just know. Shout out Trent, but Trent be arguing points that be for too long for me. They be bothering me. So that's why I started. This is what I do. Earl, once you stop talking again,
you were arguing for Parker. I was arguing for
I know.
Wan'Dale.
I said, but here's what I do though, right? And this is what I'm famous for. I'm a comedian. I will argue with you about.
I've never seen a clip of you doing comedy, by the way.
I will
just so you know.
So
now, this is a hoax. This is all a hoax.
I will gladly.
I've asked Early for a year and change for clips, and I have not seen a clip. Early, this is a hoax. Right now, this is at the same level of the dude telling us to spray Lysol into your bloodstream to fight COVID or use ray beams to fight COVID. This is the level of hoax that we're experiencing. I need to see clips and film.
For one, I will gladly send something to our Telegram. I am working on a special, so I that's why a lot of my shit is kept because I am working on a special right now. I am working on a special.
I ain't denying that. I'm saying I've been asking you for a year to show me
and I will gladly.
You've been telling you've been married for a year now. I haven't seen a video or a picture.
I will send you a clip. Again, my problem is that when we're arguing a fact and you are, because I can admit, D-Mac will tell you he's getting biased and not his bias. Once you start getting biased, and Trent will not admit he has such giant bias because he grew up in that locker room, bro. So there's a lot of guys that he root for over there.
Trent has giant bias? I don't think he has giant bias.
I would think Eli Manning because he always hates on him. Apparently, he's blind with Eli Manning. He can't see with Eli Manning, but he'll want a Robinson fan.
That's so true.
Man, I want the early TikTok, and all I see is butt. That's all I'm seeing. No jokes, all butt, D-Mac.
It's jokes about that butt.
Kenya, what am I looking at?
It's jokes about that butt. But no, again, I do believe that. Again, I believe that I spoke highly about George Pickens, but again, when sometimes people are stat merchants, and I've always said George Pickens needed a better situation. I believe if George Pickens played with a Mahomes, with a Josh Allen, he would be a top. And again, the argument started because we were ranking receivers, and I had George Pickens like top 7, and people were shitting on George Pickens one season. He only had one season. I'm like, bro, if you don't watch ball, say that. But if you think, again, I think George Pickens, the best of George Pickens. Clears is the word we use too much and it's nasty. I think he's a better receiver than Marseille Brown as far as production.
He hasn't done as much.
One.
Let him do it. Let him do it for a half decade.
Absolutely, and that's what I argue. I just say he has to do it. He has to get in the situation. That's all I say.
Product of Birmingham, Alabama, man. Any athlete that comes.
But shout out Marseille Brown. I have respect for Marseille Brown. I think he's underrated. But the conversations we was having, again, if you watch football, there's no way you think Puka's a better yak receiver than George Pickens. You're just not telling me that. I know Puka big tackles.
Puka gotta no, don't him. No, Puka is not a better yak receiver than George Pickens. Let's be honest.
I think y'all be sleeping on Puka.
I feel like you guys are underrated.
We don't sleep on Puka. No, I agree here. George Pickens has the yak.
No. I'm not saying George Pickens don't have the. I kind of.
I'm
just saying though, like
I think Puka.
But that's one of Puka's best traits because he's used consistently in different ways.
And George Pickens is so good at it. He might be the only person that might be better George Pickens than Yak might be, but not might be. But the only person better George Pickens than Yak to me is Jamar Chase. Period.
Well, I don't agree with that. But here's the thing about there's
also who else? D-Mac.
Wait, real quick. I think that there is something that needs to be mentioned about the way that both of these guys play the wide receiver position. The yak that George Pickens is generally picking up because of the way that he plays on the outside more often than not. He generally deals with not as many bodies on the outside as well, and there's an advantage to that standpoint. Puka, generally speaking, when he is operating on the inside, there's a lot of things he's got to create from a yak perspective to be able to get that yards after the catch because of the bodies that he's dealing with. So I think Puka's a better yak receiver. You want to argue about who's the better receiver. I think Puka's a better receiver right now, but Pickens has the ability to possibly be better as he continues to get better too. Oh, look at the doggy.
Look at the doggy. I think the kids just now. Look at the doggy.
It's a cute doggy. I think it's a little bit disrespectful to Puka to just say that he's not better yak wise. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, Puka be boxing out there.
I don't. Here's my thing though, right? I like Puka. I like Puka's Puka's a good yak guy. When I say yak, I think Puka. I think it's very hard. You can get the first touch on Puka, but yak to me is yards after catch, right? George Pickens' ability to not only have, because again, Puka ain't really a home run guy. Puka's a guy who will give. He went on a 5-yard slant into a 25-yard completion. George Pickens on a 5-yard slant into a 60-yard run. Like it's just me.
But I think
Pickens is just
early. This is the same conversation as like a running back who's a home run hitter versus a running back that consistently gets
might have to go back. I think we just got to go back and watch.
Puka's one of those receivers that can consistently get you productive yard gains.
Puka be breaking them,
and so does George Pickens, but he does it at a more elite level because he can give you more yak. George Pickens can give you more yak. He can give you more yak. Period.
Oh no, Earl.
I don't know,
bro.
He's a strong receiver.
I don't even think I'll have George Pickens top 3. Respect to George Pickens. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I don't see. Yeah, I think
who you have then? Who's the 3?
Like we're assuming Tyreek Hill doesn't come back, right?
Oh, come on. Yeah, we know what Tyreek is when he's healthy.
Okay, so then Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Puka. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Not better. Puka not better. If you want to bring Tyreek Hill back into the fold, I'm Tyreek Hill all day, every day. Puka's not better yak than George Pickens.
I'm not even done. I'm not even done.
I would take Jettas over Pickens as well.
But even Waddle, like Waddle, if he had an open field, like I'm taking Waddle. I ain't gonna take. That's another one, like across the middle.
Waddle's there. Waddle's up there.
Jameson Williams
up there. It's just a little.
But J-Mo is more of a deep threat.
Yeah, but J-Mo is a good yak guy. No, I'm taking J-Mo over.
But if one of the components you're bringing up in terms of George Pickens and his yak ability is his home run ability, you put the hot ball in J-Mo's hands, he's out.
But we also we have to do this too. I got to be fair.
We're
speaking about that's why I agree with Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase, because I'm also speaking about against number ones. Puka's ability to do it on the outside. Again, we're talking about versus the better talent. J-Mo is more of a you can get the second guy or you can get the third guy, understandable. But Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Puka, and Pickens, those are the guys who can do it versus your best. If you miss a tackle on them versus your best, they're gone. I take George Pickens over Puka. I think Puka's great. I'm not getting me wrong.
Is Pickens better yak than AJ Brown?
Yeah, to me.
Now?
Well, yeah. Maybe, I mean,
now
AJ Brown like 2 years ago.
Like, yeah, I mean,
because here's the thing: if you think AJ Brown better than Pickens, ain't no way you think. Again, we talking about AJ Brown. He's better than Puka too, though. So,
yeah, I mean, AJ Brown at his peak. Yeah, I would say so.
Rashid Shaheed.
Riddell.
That's a pure speed guy. Yeah,
this nigga's nasty.
Come on, Riddell, bro.
Debo is better than peak Debo better than him for sure.
Peak Debo for sure.
Peak Debo better again. The same guys I named. He better than Puka them too.
Pure yak.
Yeah, pure yak. He better than Puka them too.
Who else is in the league right now?
Do we have one more game to finish up? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, we have. I'll just finish it up. So we got a few. Miami, Washington. Washington won 20-7. Carolina, Buffalo. Buffalo won 29-14. Shout out to DJ Moore. DJ Moore did make his debut in this game. Josh Allen was 6 of 8 for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. Man, the best decision maker in football was elite in this game. DJ Moore had 3 catches for 61 yards. Khalil Shakir had 2 for 41. We're going to talk about that next week for sure. That is not going anywhere. We just had a lot of stuff we got to get to. Chicago murked the Cleveland Browns. For some reason, Deshaun Watson 11-15 for 126 yards. They are sure that they're going to give Deshaun Watson some run. I don't care what the number said. He was garbage. He doesn't look good. Happy feet. I just don't want him on my team personally.
The Bears did not play their ones, by the way.
They did not.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
But it is crazy that Deshaun is getting more attempts than Shador. It's just like
my body.
I don't know.
Cleveland Browns, like I said, Chicago. We had Minnesota versus the Giants. Minnesota won 13-10. And then we had Jacksonville versus New Orleans. Interesting game in this game. 24-20. Jacksonville won. We had Carter Bradley with 10-17 for 107. He looked good. Zach Wilson was 11 of 16 on the other end for the Saints for a touchdown. Audric Estime had 5 for 28, former 5th-round draft pick for Denver. And then you got like Jamari Taylor, 22 carries for 78 yards on the other end
for
Jacksonville.
Running back last year. Super sleep.
Yep. So that was a good win for them. Then to finish the rest of the slate, we had Baltimore versus Philly. Baltimore won 24-7 in this game. And then the guy that is kind of been a preseason darling for Baltimore that's been one of my late round picks in my fantasy draft this year. It is Jacoby Lane had 3 for 38 for a touchdown as well. And broke a little.
I liked what I saw in Elijah Surratt. I understand Jacoby Lane is out there making a lot of plays, and Surratt played a little bit deeper into the game than Lane did in general. But I liked what I saw out of the kid, man. And obviously, it seems like Lane is going to be the guy that's going to be given a lot of the opportunities to play next to Zay Flowers. But man, I really liked what I saw from Elijah Sarab, and I think that he fits a lot of what will make sense for how they want to do this offense, in my opinion, especially next to Zay Flowers. But we'll see.
Yeah, they look good though. The Ravens look good as a
I told you I want Jacoby Lane like that. Well,
hey, I'm gonna say you. Hey, look, so far Ty Simpson could be better, but so far you 2 for 2. The Lane look real good.
And then the last game of the weekend was Joe Milton and the Cowboys versus Jalen Milroe.
We just put the Giants.
The same quarterbacks. Going back to
he briefly mentioned it.
Yeah, we did. We went through the
I got a guy on the Giants, and that's on my watch list. We can go to that last game.
Joe Milton was 12 of 15 for 107 and a touchdown. Drew Lock was 9 of 13 with a tub. Jalen Milroe 5 of 8. George Holani, who right now is the second back in the lineup for the Seattle Seahawks. He was 12 carries for 42 yards. And then I think that this is probably going to be a very easy. Jadarian Price is going to be a running back one. Get him in your drafts as early as you can. I would say he'll be a good keeper for next year in your keeper leagues. And then receiving, a bunch of names. It was a good game. But what were you going to say early?
One, I was going to say to Casual Brown, we got to remember CeeDee Lamb missed 4 games last year. In those games, Pickens averaged 8 catches, almost 110 yards a game, 1.25 receiving TDs per game, and 10.8 targets. So all that he see number 2s. He got number 1s and still cooked. But the guy I've been rooting for, that's also on my watch list because I had an offensive and defensive guy. Shout out to my guy Jack Kelly. That played for BYU. If you don't know about Jack Kelly, he led them in sacks in BYU with 10 sacks. He also led them in forced fumbles. 6'3", 240-pound outside linebacker who can not only pass rush but can actually play a pure outside linebacker position. He led all linebackers in the 20-yard shuttle in the combine. He was top 10 in vertical, 37, 38 vertical. And again, we talking about a guy who can not only pass rush but can also run defend. Very smart guy that used him in different ways at BYU. He looked good with the Giants. They got him in the 6th round, if I'm not mistaken, but he's one of them guys that if he gets a chance, he could be a starter for that team. So love what he did in the game too. Loved his tackling ability. I loved I love his mental ability to read defenses. Again, Jack Kelly's another guy as part of my watch list for a guy I root for.
I think Kelly is an interesting piece to see how they want to kind of orient things around, around that linebacker room, because I obviously they have Arvell Reese, and that's going to be a piece that they move around. Obviously, they want to do some creative things with Abdul Carter as a result of that. But Jack Kelly was a guy that I liked a lot, especially in the modern NFL, where your third linebacker is not always necessarily a starter, but you still want him to have significant snaps. And especially because you could do a lot of things at a base defense too, where he can reduce down, rush the passer, be able to defend the run effectively.
He's not bad to pass. He's not bad coverage.
Not be a liability.
He's not bad coverage at all.
I think Jack Kelly does fit that bill as a modern Sam linebacker that you really value a lot. Leo Chanel got a lot of money from the Commanders for that reason. I think that he is in that mold from that standpoint. So it was nice to see him have a really good debut.
We got some super chats here. We got MC
for your
Robinson,
job here, D-Mac.
63.75, $5. The QB situation with the Browns, as much as I wanted to be Shador, Deshaun is going to be the starter no matter what. You can't put 40 mils on the bench. All right, whatever, dude. Like, not to you, but whatever to them. Sure.
Yeah, that it's so weird, bro, when people talk like that, bro. Like,
you're fine. But the ownership is crazy.
Right. Like, and it's not a him thing. It is the Browns. The fact that they would see it that way is dumb to me, because there's literally no upside to putting Deshaun Watson at the starting quarterback position.
Yeah.
You have this year where everybody agrees you're going to get a quarterback next year, and this is just tanking. We're going to put Shador out there and let him audition for trade value to be your backup quarterback of the future, or move on, because there's nothing that you get from putting Watson out there.
But in fairness, though, we not looking at it from like in the locker room standpoint. Like, so like if you look at the moves the Browns made in the offseason, real shit though. If you look at the moves they made, they got better at receiver, they got better at the O-line, they got better on defense. Well, I ain't gonna say they got totally better, but they got picks. They got picks for I mean,
Zeus. They added Emmanuel McGill.
But still, though, they got picks for that though. If they do the responsible thing, because if they don't do the responsible thing, I'm going to call the police live on the show. I'm so serious. The Browns don't do the responsible thing with them picks they got from Myles Garrett. I'm calling the cops live on the Browns because that's money laundering what they doing over there. If they not playing football with their picks, I'm calling. They got a drug organization going on. But anyway, back to what I'm saying from an in locker room standpoint. If we look at the Browns this year, if you have what they pay the quarterbacks off of is moments, and the moments we saw from Deshaun Watson. MVP. Granted, he ain't played football 2 years.
He was a top 5 quarterback in his league, dog.
He was. They
6
so
years
based
ago.
off the I get what you're saying.
You're right.
That's another thing they also like is the veteranship. He's seasoned. So
what's he teaching them?
But look,
he has experience. I know what he means. He has experience in the field.
I'm saying from the locker room standpoint, I think so. Majority of the teams, how we think is every year we can win the Super Bowl if these things go right. Whether it's the Browns, whether it's the Saints, whether it's the Falcons, whether it's the Dolphins. 9 times out of 10, they're talking like this, right? So if we talking from that standpoint of who gives us right now, I'm gonna go with the veteran. Now, once they start losing, now granted, that's not to say that they're gonna win with going with him, but that's just saying I'm gonna go with a veteran right now because 9 times out of 10, that gives us a better chance to win right now versus still trying to bring Shador along.
I think he's a terrible locker room guy.
Right. So once they start to lose, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is what Shador is going to play. Once they start to lose, they start off 0-4, 1-5, 1-6. That's when Shador is going to come in and he's going to get his chance to show, hey, maybe you should have started me from the jump or whatever narrative is going to be fit right now. Now, if he go out there, like I said, yep, Brian, Deshaun got 8 games. After them 8 games is up, if Shador go out there and stink it up, bro, it's time to pack that watch up. Like it's time to pack that up.
I ain't gonna lie to Obama. I'm so done with the Browns as a whole. I could care if the Browns never win 6 games for the next 50 years. I'm so done with the Browns. I'm done with the way they run the team. I'm done with the organization. At this point, it's almost like Deshaun Watson and Shador arguing over. They're having a tug of war over a broken toy. It's like you don't even realize the toy you're having tug of war is broken. I'm so ready for okay, dog. If y'all don't want Shador, bro, then let him go somewhere else. If he sucks that Wells, whatever like that. But like, I don't even want Shador to play for the Browns no more. The Browns are such a horrendous organization. Y'all deserve to lose. Y'all deserve to fail.
Well,
y'all deserve to fail, bro.
I generally would find myself on the more supportive side, I guess, than Shador Sanders, than negative side. He should take every opportunity he can to play because he's not going to get given any. So he's not a first-round pick that's going to be given chance after chance to do it. He needs to take advantage of every single snap that he gets a chance to be able to take under center. I understand your point, Bama, as far as from the locker room standpoint. I'm sorry. I've watched this dude over the last 2 years. He doesn't give any team the best chance to win. It just doesn't exist. And maybe it ends up being the case, but there is a possibility that Shador Sanders could give you a better chance. There's no possibility as far as Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun has sucked, y'all.
And his ability was to get the ball downfield. He's doing even in the preseason game. He's the same guy. Short passing game. He don't give you nothing down the field. He's the same guy.
He sucks at football and has sucked at football for 6 years.
Bama is correct as that possibility does happen in locker rooms, and you want to make sure these guys are engaged. You don't want to say that, hey, we're just giving up on the season or anything. That's just not the guy I feel that way about. I'm sorry.
He's there. Deshaun Watson, he is living off that last year in Texas, that 33-7 season, even though they was 4-12. But that 4,800-yard season, 33-7, he is living off that season, dog. And respectfully, I'm with D-Mac, and what's why he's not a good quarterback no more. So it's like, bro, I understand y'all. The Browns did a Brown thing. Y'all paid him this money, even though y'all knew he
3
came off.
first-round picks.
Y'all knew he came off.
That's over.
My thing is this: as a businessman, if I'm making, we talking about if I was making an investment in something, if I know for a fact a guy who didn't play for a year because of certain allegations, y'all didn't know, none of y'all did just to put a certain clause in his contract about how many games he plays and things like that. You guys get that man guaranteed unauthorized money, the most a player ever got at the time, without any questions, any bylaws, nothing. So anything y'all deal with that, that's what y'all deal with. I get tired of hearing about the 40. Yeah, y'all did that though. Y'all could have had something in that They got something in Zion's contract, because we know who you are, Zion Williamson. You should have had some in his contract. Look, dog, we trust you, but we also don't know who you can be after sitting for a year. We're going to give you this money, but there's going to be some bylaws on things you have to do. You have to come to certain agreements with us, and you have to do certain things, certain achievements. Y'all could have been got off this contract if y'all did the right thing. That's on y'all. Such a Browns thing to do,
in
dog.
fairness,
It's
though,
disgusting to me as a woman.
don't he got Kirk Cousins' agent though? Because I'll let you know how.
No, Maluga. No, that's not his. That's not.
Oh, because I was about to say how them boys negotiate contracts, bro. They gotta.
His agent is
gotta be like.
Rich Paul might be his agent.
No, it's not. It's
Jesus
David
Christ.
David Malagita. I forgot. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but it's David.
David Malagota.
The Browns was just so desperate.
He got 30. He got 230 M's fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
No one had ever.
No one did that ever.
And to this day, no one has that. So like, it's a different. And he also again sucked as soon as he got the deal. Like, so he has sucked the moment he got the deal, after the injury, before the Achilles injury, after the Achilles injury, and then suck now. He has maintained a suck level.
He has literally
for
played
6 years.
20 games for the Browns, with 19 games for the Browns in the last 3 years, and he's been getting paid he's getting paid like a person who played 17 games a season. It is some of the nastiest stuff you've ever seen in your life.
And then on top of that, Casey Concepcion is going to be really good. They got Denzel Boston. They got
Bonds look good. He been making range in training camp.
They got old boy Harold Fannin Jr. They got
move
on.
They got Quinn Junkins.
Move to the next level. That's what I just said.
And
move to the next level. You got Swearinger on the other end. You just got old boy from the Rams. You got Denzel Ward up still. You just re-signed dude from LSU. What's his name? Grant.
The safety.
Grant, right?
Grant.
Hey, move on. Move on. Bye. See you later. Like, move on. We're good. We got a bunch of young talent on the roster. We don't need you anymore.
The
Move
Browns
on.
got a good young infrastructure. 100%.
Literally, bro. They are literally moving.
The thing. I mean,
a new coach, a new everything. They're moving into a new regime, bro. Get rid of that boy, man. He is still a bad apple in a new batch. That's a bad. Get rid of that man.
I love their young talent. Like I think the the offensive line. We'll see how it continues to come along with the way that they're trying to fit those pieces in. I really like the combination of KC and Boston as far as the wide receivers. Harrison Jr. was really nice as a tight end last year. I love the 1-2 punch as far as Judkins and Sampson, especially when Judkins gets back healthy. Carson Schwarzenegger is a top 5 off-ball linebacker.
He'll be a top 5 linebacker in this league.
The young defensive line that I think that
I know they drafted the old boy to LSU last
Jared
year.
Burst now, good leader of the
What was his name, D-Mac?
Which
Mason Graham,
the D tackle from LSU.
Yeah, Mason Graham.
They've got
Michigan. Same colors.
Yeah, Michigan.
They got EMW as well as young DB too. So like I really like their young talent. It's just about can they find the quarterback, and then is the coach going to come along too. So
I go back.
I mean, they have the coach, but
and they get behind this. They get behind Shador when they got videos of the practices. I have people in Brown spaces who been to practices. Man, Shador is a guy that.
Matter of fact, since we're going to do that, since Bama wants to be funny, you're such a great person. This great locker room presence with 20 plus women have accused you of assault. You're a great locker room person. No, you aren't.
You said he was a great locker room person.
Nigga out of here. Get that weird nigga out of here.
No,
you said he was a great locker room person.
No, what I disagreed with was we not finna cake for billionaires. Hey, bro, he finessed them.
Wait, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sometimes in a situation, you can say both sides are bad. We don't have to be happy for Deshaun. We don't have to.
This ain't no both sides. Not equal. One of these people was just dumb with their money.
But who said
Deshaun is Deshaun?
Well, no, but he said that he's happy for Deshaun. I'm not happy for Deshaun because
he's supposed to be a good example.
I don't need to be happy.
20 games in 4 years.
Hold on.
20 games in 4. 19 games in 4 years.
Forget the football. Forget the ball. You couldn't stream with me if I found out that this is how you was moving. We wouldn't be streaming together. Let alone on a football team.
It's bad for the brand. It's bad for the
Hey, there's a guy who was on this platform we had.
No, he wasn't. Not on this one. Not with me. Not with me.
I mean, not with me. Okay, who knows him for real? Okay. They said, okay, the case is open.
I don't know him. That's why I said you don't have to be happy for him. You don't have to.
But no one gets 89 massages in a year, bro.
But
no one needs that many massages in 1 year, one calendar year, bro.
Hold on, time out, because we're being serious now from this perspective.
I'm certain he really had that many.
I understand, but time out. Just because we're being serious, the reason why I made the statement is this: sometimes you could just opt out. I'm not saying that you got to say that he's the trash of the earth. You got to disrespect him. You're right. I don't know him personally. I don't know enough to say verified, etc. I don't know, but you also don't have to be happy for him. We don't.
I know that he's a pervert and womanizer.
There's question marks. We don't know him well. I'm saying we don't know him well enough to be happy for him. We don't know him well enough to shit on him. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No,
and I'm saying that because the comment got put on the screen.
I don't know. I don't know another guy that's been accused by 20 plus women. It's very well known. I don't like him. So like, at some level,
2K guy. What I was alluding to is the billionaires of the NFL.
Yes, F them too. I agree, man. But I'm just saying the first.
But it's not apples to apples.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's apples to apples, but at the same time, this is one time where them doing whatever they did, it didn't pay off for them. Screw them. Screw the owners.
I agree.
But even if we're not talking about the allegations, D-Mac, and we're keeping it strictly football play, he's been terrible.
And he sucks.
Yes. And that's why
like even if we lead the off the field stuff, you've been bad.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not tripping on that. Hey, he getting paid. Like, he finessed. He finessed them.
But go do what the Denver Broncos did to Russell Wilson. Hey man, we know we paid you, Russell. We will literally pay you to go home.
Yeah, they paid him $80 million to go away. They just gave Tua the Dolphins just gave $99 million to Tua to walk away.
Have a good time, a little future. Keep the money. You keep the money. Just get out of here.
And by the way, people are saying
let's ride out of here.
This is a room full of a lot of loud people, so it's hard to get individual takes off all the time. But somebody said like salute. No, I want to be clear. If 20 plus women said that there's somebody in my circle that's doing blah, blah, we wouldn't be interacting. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, one is a different story. Two, different story. Hold on, early. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual people walked up to me and said, oh, no, Rashad is out here. And by the way, the same thing happened in ministry. Ravi Zacharias. I don't know if y'all know who Ravi Zacharias is. Found out that 50 plus people had said something. This ain't no open-ended question. It's over. Like, it's not like I'm not gonna be open about that. It's over.
Not only that, because again, to be the adult in the room, even if I said, okay, maybe them 20 girls are trying to jip you or take your money. Once I found out you had massages from 66 women in a 17-month span, my antennas are going to raise. What's going on?
Well, I'm confused.
At the very
I'm not being funny enough. Like, what's going on? When I hear them allegations, and I also hear you had 66 different women give you massages in a 17-month span, why are you switching out that much?
So hold on, time out. Just to educate me, because I'm kind of lost. Okay. Are y'all tripping off of him just getting massages, or like was these massages something else where he just pulled a gun out and then be like, yeah,
being serious. It's the allegation.
I will answer your question seriously. There is too much smoke for what was put out there of him getting all of these massages and then having all of these allegations for me to say, hey, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
And that's the problem.
Wait, time out. Allow me to finish. That is not me saying that, hey, man, he's an awful person. I don't know that to be true. I can't say that for sure. But there is too much smoke for me to say that I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's how I view this situation, baby.
That's the thing. That's like respectfully, if I put food in the refrigerator and I know you like a particular food, and then also you have a certain amount of droppings in your room, it's too much to where I ain't saying you're a liar, but man, come on, man. What you want me to say? If I'm your friend and I hear 20 allegations from different women, and I also know you had 66 women give you massages in a 17-month span, even as your friend, I'm like, that you don't understand I look bad though,
and
right?
Again, on the football side, and you suck. So like that's the whole point. It's just like move on to Shador. Shador is a nice person. He just wants to play football. If you don't think he's a good football player, then let us find out.
Yeah.
Give us a year. Let us find out. Don't do Dylan Gabriel thing. Don't do the just let us find out. And then if you win one game next year, 2, 3, hey, go draft Manning or Dante Moore or whatever else it might be.
No Manning.
And then we can move on.
But if you win, but if you win 5, he still had more wins than Cam Ward last year.
So I do want to. I don't know if we're going to end it here, but I do want to give a shout out as far as preseason is concerned. I thought Jack Bech was really good for the Raiders. I was really impressed by him. I think that he has the skill set that both Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza are going to put a lot of stock in. His ability to settle down his zone, his ability to catch the ball consistently and play technical from the wide receiver position. And then also I want to give a shout out to Eli Raridan. I know Hunter Henry just got an extension. I think that they're going to find a lot of snaps for Eli Raridan on the Patriots because of what he can do blocking wise and from
Henry, man.
Those are my 2 shout outs for preseason.
Yeah, and then I'll give mine quickly. Shout out random to Danico Slaughter out of Arkansas. He was he's on his 2nd year.
That's a great name.
Free agency, undrafted free agent out of Arkansas, made a huge play versus the Steelers. May or may not make the team, but I did a nice little video on it that Steelers fans seem to love and appreciate. Shout out to them. But hopefully he does make the team. I love preseason football because you get to see guys like this take over and stand out. Because you can always be Chris Harris Jr. Chris Harris Jr., undrafted free agent, worked out in preseason, made plays. Next thing you know, he's an all-pro, maybe an all-decade, the best slot player in the decade. So
one of the better
who knows? Yeah, man. We'll see what happens with you, man.
Yeah. I want to shout out Malachi Fields. It looks like he might be a really good target. We haven't had a big target like that since
Bledsoe.
I was literally since Bledsoe holiday, but hey, it's not been great for the Giants. So he could be a very good.
Malachi 6'4", 6'5", though.
He's a big dude. Shout out Cyrus Allen. I just saw some of his tape. It seems like he could provide things that Worthy and Rashee Rice can't. He moves very well. His hands are definitely better than Worthy's. So shout out Cyrus. And shout out Drew Aller. Drew Aller looked pretty good from the couple things I've seen from him. And the Steelers are really hoping he's the guy because Aaron Rodgers is old as dirt. So, Drew.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him. Then, you had.
I was going to say Cameron Brown from the Cowboys. Trigg, that tight end from Baylor, that went over there to the Cowboys. If y'all easily, like I said, Brown looked like he fighting to be receiver 2 once they win the Super Bowl. Somebody finna get up out of there. I don't know. You can't keep franchising George Pickens, so you're gonna have to pay somebody. And then Trigg, I don't even see how he went undrafted. Crazy. Everybody was talking about Sadiq running the 4-3. I don't know if y'all watched Baylor at all. I guess people don't watch Baylor, but if you go back and watch Baylor tape, Trigg was making crazy catches all
He just is slow and he can't jump, though. That's the issue. Yeah. So you know how that worked, Mama.
He got magnet hands, bro.
I think he jumped the sub 30, brother.
I ain't care about because how he play football. That one-handed catch he had on who was that? BYU? Dude, one of the two. It was somebody like that. Crazy. Man, he's some serious, bro. Like, Cowboys doing it right now, bro. Him going undrafted, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know how he went undrafted. Regardless of that, like, out of all the tight ends, I get what you're talking about, buddy, over there with the Patriots. Still would have went Trigg. But, hey, shouts out to them. I just think Trigg finna really ball out, especially, I don't know. Who do got the Cowboys got at tight end? Ferguson? No, we don't have Ferguson no more.
Ferguson's still living.
They still got Ferguson there.
Y'all be sleeping on Ferguson, but hey, y'all.
No, I mean, he's solid.
Top 10.
Early, who you got?
I told you my names were Jack Kelly and Emmett Washington, but I also shout out Bud Means because he's always open for some reason, dog. And then also shout out Keon Martin that played for the Ravens.
Okay. And then Riddell, what we did was you didn't get the message that we're shouting out like maybe under the radar players that like we thought stood out in preseason. Do you have anybody else that stood out for you in particular outside of that one name? If not, then it's fine or whatever. But Kenya.
Yeah. Well, I kind of spoke about mine and Curtis Wark, but I do want to shout out Deshaun Stribling. He is not a wide receiver that I paid much attention to in college, but considering the fact that the 49ers wide receivers all keep getting injured, he might be the bright spot for them this season. I think he has some incredible hands, and he makes some really difficult catches on the sideline. So it seems like he is going to be the breakout player in that division because they don't.
Do they still have Jahan Jennings? Can you?
No, he went. I thought he went to the Panthers.
Minnesota. He's in Minnesota.
No, he was Minnesota.
Minnesota.
He said him going over there is like KD going to the Warriors too.
Juwan Jennings, Jordan.
Yeah, I know that's a joke, but I do really like Juwan Jennings with Jordan Addison. And
do they still have Naylor? Naylor's gone, right?
Yeah,
Naylor's better than Juwan Jennings. He was really good.
And they also got TJ. Yo, that Vikings receiver.
I mean, they've always had a good receiver room, just the quarterback suck.
I'm gonna say it don't matter. The quarterbacks ain't good.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray's pretty good though.
He did look good. He looked decent.
Yeah, I think Kyler gonna hoop.
But so did Carson Wentz, and we know what that looks like for real. So
yeah.
Well, y'all, that's going to do it for this episode. I got to work on some stuff. We probably will do our fantasy league again in this league, in this one. So I'll send messages out to everybody. That way we can do all that stuff and get everything done. But y'all, great episode. We are back. We literally going to have football now on every week through the Super Bowl. So you know what that means. It's going to be content galore. It's going to be a lot of good stuff being done.
Did you win last year, Riddell?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the skin of his teeth.
You'll lose this year.
Yeah, everybody's getting his. Shout out to Riddell. He is the Patriots division AFC winner of our fantasy league because the quarterbacks got hurt. Shout out to Bama. Shout out to D-Mac. Shout out to Kenya. Shout out to Early. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. This is the Press Box. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I read all the super chats. No, I didn't. I got to finish up.
I thought we got all.
And no hoarding receivers just to not play after week 6.
Look at all the
Zay Allen. Hold on, y'all. Zay Allen said, "Swiper Tua look horrible." Shout out to the Broncos. He did. Tua did look very bad. Shout out to Bama. Boyd Century YouTube.
He look decent. I hate
Malik Lillis, Achan, and Caleb Douglas balled for Miami. Yep.
Caleb Douglas did have a pretty nice catch.
I've had too many arguments with Donnie about Malik Willis. I hope he can't keep playing good. It's gonna piss me off.
Achan is going to be an interesting pick in second round this year. Hopefully,
never really gave him a fair chance though early.
D-Mart, this is D-Max Alter Ego, 4010, $2. More success, Brady with the Colts or Peyton with the Pats? Peyton with the Pats.
Peyton with the I don't know because he still was a bad quarterback.
Peyton with the Pats. Yeah,
but Peyton also didn't have.
But Peyton would have been Peyton would have had 6 Super Bowls himself. And then we got
with the same receiver calls and stuff. Okay,
we got Tay AK. Obviously, is Peyton Manning. CJ, $2. Are y'all gonna adjust your go live time this year? Wednesdays, possibly. We'll get into that. But Sunday is gonna be the same. We'll be 11 a.m.
Because we'll be right before the shows, y'all. That way we can hit y'all with fantasy.
You get this. Hey, listen, you get this pretty face 2 times a week, man. Don't worry about it, man. It's okay. You'll get it.
Pretty face. Who are you speaking of in this instance?
Hey, you see him. You see him. Hello.
Yeah, shouts. But y'all, that's going to do it for the episode, man. Hope y'all have a wonderful and spectacular day. Hope you enjoy having a great Sunday. Enjoy your brunch. Enjoy your outside time. Y'all need to go take a walk. Get outside and let the sun hit your skin. Some of y'all need to go ahead and enjoy a great meal after this. Maybe go see a movie tonight. Who knows? You haven't seen Spider-Man. You haven't even seen Odyssey. I saw The End of Oak Street on Friday.
Oh, was it good?
In a 40X, mind you. Yeah. Bam, I never been to a 40X.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it was like it was
that 40X is fire. That
water. They were spraying water through the seat.
I saw Odyssey in 40X. You must spray water through the seats. When that was in that boat,
Odyssey hey, by the way, as we end the stream,
4 times.
I saw
how many times did you get sprayed?
A lot, especially was in the water, especially with all the sirens. Y'all, some of y'all saw 50 Shades of Grey in 40X too. But shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much.